Yes. Start this shit the right way.
You are now tuned in to the greatest blood clot podcast in the world. You're welcome
I
in
had to give the right
advance.
music.
Leave all judgment at the door.
If you want.
We're here for the jokes. We don't do
Might as well.
displays.
Might as well.
It's the
You already
extra
started.
You already started. I'm Marlon,
I'm Alicia.
and Norm's late, but we are joined with a new co-host.
Yes.
Baka Not Nice is in the building.
Welcome. You know, you're actually taking over Norm's spot
Yeah.
because usually Norm is the smoker. So
This
you
is
know you
perfect.
just like fit in
Easy,
perfectly.
easy fit in.
There you go.
And you started off with ad-libs. Listen, I want to start there because I don't think people talk about your ad-lib game enough. Like, people talk about
Iconic.
Jeezy, Migos. Dog, I remember Cream of the Crop. I was like, hold on. What are these sounds? Yo, how do you arrive on the ad-libs, B?
So it's a process for me. Shall I break it down for you?
Yes,
Absolutely.
please.
Okay, so first for me, it starts with the beat first.
Okay.
So I source my beat, then I create on the beat, which is I'll make a hook, make my verses. So all of that happens, and basically, the ad libs are the last thing.
Yeah.
To make everything correct.
Yeah.
So when it's time for my ad libs, it's the only way I can explain it to you, brother. I'm serious. It's
A feeling.
it's a feeling, and it's a lot of energy. Like, I go in the booth, like when I do my verses and my hooks,
Yeah.
it's normal. I go in, come out, go in,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
out. When I go in to do my ad libs, when I come out of there,
Sweating.
I am drenched. No, I am jumping.
I don't
am
doubt it.
Kicking in the wall. Like, I'm
Yes.
going crazy.
It's a whole workout.
Listen, I fuck with that because when you hear the ad lib, it is a feeling. Like,
It's a feeling, man.
I remember when Live Up to My Name, by the way, dog, gunshot. Because a Toronto anthem out the gate is rarely heard of.
Right.
Like, a lot of bands have some Toronto anthems that you consider Toronto anthems, but they're like 3-4 mixtapes deep, you know what I mean? Out the gate. And I really do think it had a lot to do with those ad libs, bro. Because I was in the club emceeing those times, and you'd hear people, like, I turn off the volume just to hear the gra, gra, like, and I'm like, ew, little white girls in their heels. Gra, gra. I'm like, this is
Because
crazy.
listen, you don't even need to know the lyrics.
You
You just
don't.
need to know the ad libs,
don't.
and then you're good.
Facts.
You're good,
Facts.
You're good.
And-
I mean, sorry. I just want to say, yo, thank you for saying that, that the song became that.
Yeah.
It
anthem
is.
for
Oh,
our city,
that's a no doubter.
It's for me. I rather it be said to me than me going and saying
Saying
that.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I appreciate that.
No, dead ass. It's too easy. Like, there's only 3 or 4 songs I could think of that had that effect from in the city. Like, not a song that busts globally and now everybody's jumping on a wave. Like, just in the city. And you had one of those big tunes. And, like, the other thing is, too, like, you're fresh in the game.
Yeah.
I call you the Pascal Siakam of rap. This guy came in the game 2016. Pascal didn't start playing ball till 2016. That's
true.
And people are looking at him now like, yo,
Yeah.
this guy just came out of nowhere.
Sir.
But a lot of people don't know you have a musical background.
Yes, I do.
So what happened?
My dad's a musician. He's a guitarist. And then, like, it just went through the family. Like, my brother plays drums. I don't know
Okay.
if you guys ever heard of him.
Hold on, this sounds like a church setting. What's going on?
Yeah.
Whenever a brother plays drums?
Yes.
So my
It's
dad's
in
a
the
pastor.
church.
My dad's a
Okay,
pastor.
okay.
I was brought up in the church, so that's where all the what's the word I'm looking for?
The melodies?
The melodies.
That's where the melodies
All
came
the
from?
melodies
Okay.
from all those church songs. And stuff. So yeah, my brother plays
Jesus,
the drums.
love is a
Exactly.
bubbling.
Yes.
I want to
You know
hear the
those
Baka
Jamaican
remix.
churches.
Yes,
They
yes.
Baka
get
remix.
down. They
Must.
get down.
You know?
Must.
So yeah, so my brother plays the drums, and then one of my other brothers, he produces. Well, sorry, 2 of my other brothers, they produce.
Okay.
Make beats and stuff.
So the family's just a
Nice.
musical family.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Do you have any instrument talents? Can you do any? No.
Nah, not really.
Just like, I'll just get on the mic.
Yeah.
Don't kill me. And like, how did the rap thing even come about? Like, this doesn't seem like it was an all life ambition for you.
Nah, it wasn't. To be honest with you, I was doing a little pen bit wasn't little, but I was in a pen bid.
Bitch, I've been inside for yeah. We heard, man.
And I was just trying to figure it out. You know, I was like, yo, when I get out, what am I gonna do? And at that time, what was getting me through my time was a lot of those music videos. You know what I'm saying? Back then in the 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it was crazy. And I was just watching it. I was seeing the lifestyle. I was like, you know what? When I come home, I'm going to start a label. I want to be Diddy.
Okay,
you know
okay.
That's what I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I had a name for the label, Bullpen Records.
Okay.
Paddy Wagon Entertainment. You know
No,
what I mean?
that works.
Keeping the theme.
That works.
Were you recruiting?
That works.
Were you in there recruiting for people?
No, I wasn't recruiting.
Baka A&R?
No, I wasn't recruiting. But I'll tell you how it started. So I came out. Everybody knows I was with Drake in the beginning.
Yeah.
Still am, and it's like one day I just woke up. I'm like, yo, I gotta figure my life out, man. Like,
Yeah.
Like this is not gonna give me the lifestyle I want. Like maybe give the lifestyle to my son that I want. So I need to figure it out. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna start a label. I'm gonna go around and just gather as much young boys, females, whatever. I'm gonna start recording them and start putting things together. So said, so done. And I started doing that. And I just want to give a shout out to Hyper.
Okay.
He was one of the rappers that I was starting this thing with. And we were in the studio one night and he put on a beat. And for whatever reason, that beat was just moving me.
Spoke to you.
It spoke to me. But I wasn't saying, sorry, that I'm going to go in the booth.
Yeah.
I was just like feeling it. I'm like, yo, I can't wait till one of you guys lace something on this. 'Cause this beat is crazy.
Yeah.
He told me go in the booth.
Oh.
And I'm like, what?
Like, are you sure?
You must have seen something in you from early on.
I think it was my ad-libs because I would always make sounds.
Yeah. You had that feeling. They're like, oh, this nigga can spit. That's crazy.
So yeah, shout out to Hyper. So I went in the booth and I laid something down and I had like 15 of them in there. That's
And
how
they
much
were going
kids I had.
crazy?
Wow.
And they were going nuts. They were like, there's no way you just did this for the first time and you kept the cadence and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You did all the right things and I was
Well,
like,
you're West Indian, first of all. So rhythm is just in the blood.
It comes
in
naturally.
the blood. But also you have the music background. So they're not knowing that you've been hearing these things.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
So
But it's not
long
something
story-
that you didn't think of,
No,
right?
I didn't. So long story short, no, that same song that I did, I don't know how it got to Drake's ear, but he heard it and he couldn't believe that I did it. And one day we were out somewhere and he pulled me aside and he's like, yo, you should really like look into this, man. Like you sound good. Like this is what you want to do. You should try it.
That's the person to give you advice too.
Right?
So done and we're here today.
That's amazing,
Yeah.
man. That's amazing. When Live Up to My Name dropped, were you aware of what was happening? Because a lot of times when people drop something that good, they're not fully aware right away of how big it's gonna get. Like, did you see where it was going before you even put it out?
You know what? I just knew, like when I heard the beat, I just knew when we laid the vocals on it, I knew that it was a hit.
Yeah.
But I didn't know because it's just in me, my makeup. Like I'm just a humble person. I don't gas. I don't like, you know. I
Don't want to put your eggs all in one basket.
Yeah, I don't hang my coat where I can't reach. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it's like, yo, I knew it was great, but I didn't know it was gonna do it. And on top of it, at that time, I was like, yo, I can't get into America. I couldn't go over there.
Oh,
So
yeah.
man, you know,
Yep.
like even if it's gonna be great, how great is it gonna be? That
Because
was
you
my
can't,
concern.
like,
Because you can't
travel,
leave
you
and,
can't
and
do the
shop it
interviews.
around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was my main concern. But because I have a good team, it still did good. Like we went gold, and I didn't get to touch America.
You didn't get to do what you could have done if you were able to
The
travel.
video came way later too. Like it wasn't even like it was like a organized rollout. It was kind of just like going with the
It was
the
vibes.
punches.
and it's just going. It's still going to this day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
for sure,
Oh,
definitely. And what is it like coming out of jail after 13 years and seeing what the world, especially the time at which you went in?
It was,
We're talking a major shift in the world,
Yeah.
like technology
changed so much within
everything's
those
changed
years.
up. Was it overwhelming at first?
Yeah, like the banking and like being in like open areas like the malls and stuff. That was like kind of a lot for me. But like phones, not really, because when I was in prison,
You was getting
you know, I had my phone, I had the
Yeah.
flip. So
I was wondering how you watching the music videos.
No,
They would play it on the TVs?
No, well, when you're in the penitentiary in Canada, we have TVs.
Oh, okay.
in your personal cells.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice. And they don't like. There's no time to turn it off. Like you just run
You
it.
can run it 24 hours.
Oh, I'm going to jail.
But you get locked in your cell at a certain time, and you cannot come out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least you have. I mean, what channel you get up to?
We got all the channels, but we. But listen. It's not that simple. It's not that simple.
Yeah.
We actually had to work jobs
To be able
pay
to-
cable bill.
Oh,
they didn't just give us cable.
Okay. I'm in here.
There had to be some type of catch. You know what I mean?
We had BT. We had to pay for it, and we had BT. That's how I seen all the videos.
Shit, you know, back in the day, we only had up to channel 28. Ain't no
we had all
BT, ain't
that.
no much music.
We had Super
Cut off
Channel,
right
we had
before.
I
it.
can't imagine watching the last episode of 106 and parking there and just being like, "Let me out! I need to talk to somebody."
That was a hard one.
That
was a hard one.
you sound like I need to talk to somebody.
That was a hard
Please.
one.
Oh,
AJ
man.
Free.
So wait, you weren't. So then it wasn't too much of a culture shock for you. Obviously, you still had friends on the outside that could say, "This is what's going on."
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
still watch
But
TV.
but it's still a culture shock because at the end of the day, you know what's going on, you hear what's going on.
But you're not experiencing it.
You're not experiencing it. You're not there, and at the end of the day, you get put into a cage.
Yeah.
And locked away at a certain time, and then at a certain time in the morning, they let you out.
Yeah.
So it
It's
must
still
feel
a
like
lot.
life's like kind of stopped.
It did stop. That's why
Yeah.
I feel so young right now.
Yeah.
I feel like I went in like when I was 19.
Yeah.
And
I
now
came
you're
out
like
when I
23.
was-
Now you're like 23.
I'm telling you, I had a lot of time to sleep.
That's
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? So
That
yeah.
is so crazy. Wow. Okay, so Body in the Face,
That's
new
the new
track,
one.
new thing. It's clear that you're evolving. How many songs do you make before you say, okay, let me chop this and make this is the album? Because I know artists, they like to make 80, 150 songs.
You see, I don't know if I can just like, I just work. I just work, and I just know that I have a plan. So, like, okay, for instance, my album right now, I have an album right now,
Yeah.
but for reasons that I think are a better move for me, I'm still creating.
Okay.
So by that, what I mean by that is that album that I have might get mixed matched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying you guys won't get it, but you might not
It
just
might
get
have a couple.
Might not get the one that you see right now.
it.
songs,
Exactly.
I see,
Exactly.
I see. So you have it already, but you're just like, hey, if I can make something better,
Yes.
then
We're
something's
always
getting sub
fine-tuning.
out.
Something
We're
will
always
get dropped.
fine-tuning. Always fine-tuning.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, on here, you go at a certain someone. You go at a
He's
certain
like,
someone.
wait, whoop.
You know, when you go on tour, you're gonna have to leave the States, and then it's face to face. Noriega interviews will get you niggas laced. What did B2K do to you, man? B2K.
All those guys leave me alone. Told them dancers to leave me alone.
Don't kill me. Obviously, you know, people are speculating and saying whatever, but we never know who these bars are for.
Yeah.
And
He
when
looked
you
around like, wait, what did I do?
you never know who these bars are for, but are they for Pusha?
They're for anybody. To be honest with you.
Anybody could catch it.
Anybody can catch it.
I hear
Like,
you.
I'm just saying, like, if it was for a specific person, I would say a name. I'm not shy.
Oh yeah,
True.
we know that.
So
I think
Yeah.
people consider you like Canadian Gucci man, like, and I don't even mean necessarily like the
As
way you
the
guys
artist,
spit or the
yeah.
way you guys bar up. It's more so like a brand identity where it's not even just necessarily something illegal. It's like people believe you.
yeah.
There's one thing with Gucci, people believe him. You know what I
sure.
mean? And when you've done, especially the time that you've done, people believe you. There's mad niggas that are
Say,
rapping.
okay.
Mad
That's
niggas
enough.
that are rapping that are pretending like they've been
The way
doing
how
that
I look
time.
at it, this is the way how I look at it right now, which is it's all respect, you know?
Yeah.
I respect the young generation, and I'm glad that they respect me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel and I know that they know that at some point I probably was doing time with their uncle or their dad.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
And they know me, so they know about the stories. They know it's
Yeah.
true, they can check. It's
Exactly.
a fact check. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So it is what it is.
Exactly. And when exactly did the change come for your life? Like in terms of, oh shit, like I'm gonna be on private jets. I'm gonna be flying out now. Like even just getting the visa must have been like, yo, like
Being able to
You must have
go
felt real
into
Jamaican
the
that day.
States, you know what I mean?
I remember. I could answer this so well. I went to New York and I got signed in New York. 40 was there. The boy was there. French Montana. And after the signing, I'm not saying that it happened at that party, but it happened somewhere around that time. The boy pulled me aside and he told me, he's like, yo, when I get you to America, I'm going to change your life. Told me that. And it was a conversation that just me and him had, and it was man to man, and I knew that when he said it, he meant it.
Yeah.
He had a vision.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had a play, and
his vision's different too.
his vision is different.
His vision's different.
He sees like 50 steps ahead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even
So,
in music, like
yeah.
when you talk about how many artists he's just launched their careers, you know what I
Easily.
mean? Or given a platform for a larger look.
Yes.
It's like he's seeing plays 2-3 steps ahead, like where the
Yeah.
sound is going. It's not even necessarily their talent. It's like, oh, the sound is going this way.
I keep referring to that Instagram live where after he dropped Honestly Nevermind, and he was like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys are just catching like we've already caught up. You
Yep.
guys are just catching up, you know?
Yep.
Do you think that your vision somewhat aligned with what he saw for you, or did he see way more potential than you saw in yourself?
I think in the beginning he saw more for myself, because like even right now, like sometimes when I go places and I get greeted by people, I'm not gonna let you know. You're not gonna know because I know how to keep my G. But
Yeah.
like, in my mind's racing. I'm like, wow, Baka, you're really this guy. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yo, you have to. Sometimes you just have to embrace it. It's okay to embrace it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because for the most part, I'm the guy that's just like oblivious to like who I am or
Yeah.
what pull I have in this industry. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? On my level, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I appreciate it. I'm just humble about it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't abuse my, let's just say, power. I don't
Yeah.
abuse
Yeah.
my power.
Well,
That's
at
a great
least-
thing not to
At
do.
least you know that you have power. You know what I mean? And that you don't abuse it and you're embracing it. Because a lot of times we suffer from imposter syndrome. Where we're like, I'm not supposed to be here. Especially coming from your background. At times you must be like on a beach somewhere and be like, yo, how did I get here? Like,
Yeah.
Like, imagine my
the
life
other
this
day in
many
Turks.
years ago, you
The
know?
other day in Turks, when we were in Turks, I was like, man, even the boy posted it. He's like, and it's the truth. That when I went to Turks was the first time I ever put my foot on in a beach, in the ocean.
oh, wow.
Oh my God.
yeah.
That's so
Recently.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
First
Never been
time
to
ever.
Woodbine Beach, dog? You're
I never
missing
left
out.
Toronto.
Missing out on that good old ringworm, dog. Good old Woodbine ringworm, dog. You got
That's man-made.
it's a passage. It's a rite of passage, dog. It's a ringworm from Woodbine.
Oh my
You're
gosh.
blessed.
That's such a beautiful thing, though. You know,
That's
that you get
amazing.
these opportunities to do things for the
Beautiful.
first time.
Beautiful.
You
Like
on a
no matter
private
how
jet?
old you are, you know what I
Doesn't
mean?
matter.
And you get to experience it at like a different like level.
Level.
It's not even like where
It's not like-
normal
it's not
people
like
get
us when
to.
we go.
Us
It's not
bokies
like
get
go.
to experience it. You experiencing it at the top
And it's
level
your
it can
first
be
time.
experienced.
Top tier.
That's
I hope you
insane.
take in these moments and like really cherish it, you
Yeah.
know?
It's
And
great.
live in that moment.
Yeah, I do, and you also have to learn, you know.
Yeah.
Because there's gonna be a lot of obstacles. Like, for instance, like when I go on the road by myself, like all of these experiences that I'm having with him is getting me ready for when I go on the road by myself.
A certain level of expectations.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just how to carry yourself.
How to
because
move.
That's why he is so big. He knows how to carry himself.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
He's a chameleon. We talked about it on this show plenty of times where like
Genius.
he knows no matter what room, he can switch to a certain side of his personality that fits that room.
Yes.
And that's a great thing for you to learn from him, you know, because it's just going to elevate your career for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And so you say you have an album in the tuck. When do you think you gonna release that?
Well, I'll be honest with you guys right now. I have a lot of music, so I'm gonna like release like maybe a few more singles, maybe one or two, maybe
Yeah.
3, and then after that, we'll
Start rolling out the album.
we'll start.
Need a
pushing for the
Baka
album.
visual album.
Yeah.
A Baka
But
short film.
I promise you guys, like the wait is worth it, and it's the wait is because it has to be done the way it's done.
Yeah.
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 We're not gonna step out and
Don't
and
rush anything,
look
man.
bummy. We're stepping out looking clean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You don't need to rush anything, you know, because
Yeah.
when you think about it, like from Live Up to My Name, when that dropped, like you're still relevant, you know, and you don't need to be just pushing things out just because.
And he's not mixy.
Yeah.
Like it's not like he's in the blogs. It's not like you're in
No,
the
no, no,
blogs
yeah.
trying to like stay relevant.
It's
like,
not that type of relevant. It's
Yeah.
just like natural relevant.
Exactly.
We still know who you are.
Definitely.
Mongols.
How was rolling out? Rolling loud, not
Loud?
rolling out. Rolling loud.
Rolling Loud was amazing.
Yeah.
Just for the fact, like, it's my first like big performance after the I don't want to say it. Let's not even say it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just after the little hiatus.
Yeah.
It felt great to be back on the stage and like see my fans and see the joy that, you know, that they have and the energy that they're giving me and letting me know like, yo, I'm still here. Like, yeah, we're still here for you. So that's going to motivate me and push me even harder to be like, yo, this project has to be.
Yeah. Because that's the thing about dropping. Like a lot of people drop so much music these days, right? Because they need it for streaming or whatever.
Right.
And the thing about taking those gaps, especially when you're a newer artist, is like, yo, it's like that the paid in full moment. Yo, the streets, are they still gonna love me?
Yeah.
Like, are they still fucking with me? You know what I mean? So I think, like I said,
That's
man,
a great way to confirm that they're still there.
Yeah.
To see them in person, you know? Because you could see the numbers on the internet and
You know,
stuff.
yeah.
You
But to
see
actually-
streaming numbers, followers number, whatever. But when you see them out and they're singing your lyrics and like
Eyes
cheering you
closed.
on and, you know, going crazy. Yeah.
So I have a little secret, right?
Okay, let's hear
it's
it.
extra KV exclusive world premiere.
So I knew that, you know, Rolling Loud was coming up, so I started training and stuff, right? And I was posting it on my Instagram and stuff, but I didn't know like how to run properly or the right things I needed to run. So basically, I injured my foot.
On the stage?
No.
Oh, running, pre
Oh,
workout.
before. Okay.
My foot's still injured right now. So I went to do my performance, and I already knew like how my foot was, but I had a doctor come and see me. I think it was the night before, or was it the day of? The night before. And so it made it feel better, but I was still timid on the stage. So basically, I'm still right now injured performing on the stage.
Oh my
I really
gosh.
only have one
And you were
foot,
jumping around and all that?
but I don't know how. It's the energy.
It's like
It's adrenaline.
It's like when you're in a
The adrenaline.
basketball
Yeah.
game.
Adrenaline
The
too.
adrenaline.
Yeah.
It's like when you're in a ball game. If you
Yeah.
get a little injury, like depending on how important the game is, you might not feel it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I was like, you know, I'm happy. They looked like they were happy. I just, you know, wish that I could gave them 100%, you know?
Yeah.
Because I have so much more to, you know?
It was still
And it's
one of the
okay.
highlights.
It's gonna come though. It's
Yeah,
gonna
it's gonna
come.
come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Gonna come.
Yeah,
But-
and especially when you have even more of a catalog behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're able to do headline your own shows and go on tour and have an opener and all these things that will just propel you to newer heights.
Yes.
It's
Wait.
gonna be crazy.
When you go on tour, would you want to, because, you know, sometimes you don't have a say, would you want to start your tour in Toronto or like end it in Toronto?
Oh, that's a good question, man. Honestly, for me, and I hope my city is not offended, I hope they would more appreciate it, but I would want to end it here.
Oh no, I don't think anybody would be offended
No.
by that.
I would want to
I think
I
that
think they'd be
either
offended
way,
if you started it here. They'd be offended if you started it here.
here.
Yeah, you want a homecoming.
Yeah,
For sure. Yeah.
I would more want to end it here.
I feel like it either way could work to me, you know, because you can get all of the energy from starting in your hometown and it's like, yo, like I can carry this on for the rest of the
Yeah.
tour.
You're right.
Or you could end it and be like, it's a gradual like upline and then
Well,
you know,
for
the
artists,
big climax is
newer
when you
artists,
come here.
I feel like going into rooms that aren't your people is better training.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It's
100%.
practice, you
Yeah,
know?
you know what I mean? Better training. By
Go
the
to
time
those
he
other
comes,
cities.
By the time he comes here and everybody like knows him, he knows the entire audience, fucks with him, knows all his tracks.
It's easy.
Knows what
It's gonna
works
be,
best.
You're gonna be flying.
It's
You're gonna
easy.
be flying.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Because same thing with comedy. I go into rooms and it's like if it's not one of my shows, I gotta work 2 times harder. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
Because they're not familiar with you.
They're not. And like, yo, me going on tour with Drake, doing those big stadiums.
Yep.
When I start my tour is not gonna be anything like that.
Yeah.
But like, it's it prepared me. Like, I'm a small venue. I will annihilate.
Yeah, for
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? Because I'm so used to being in the bigger, like...
The energy you need to exert to even put, because everything has to be bigger when you're in those stadiums. And like, even the way you say things on the mic has to be different. So it's like...
A lot different,
In a way,
Body
you might be spoiled,
has
though.
To be, you know.
In a way, you might be spoiled, though. Because you're going to go to some of these venues, green room stinks. Bathroom's broken, like, you know what I mean?
But hey, listen,
you've been to worse. You've been to worse. You know, you've been to worse.
I had to buy BT. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
Had to use the bathroom in the same room that he slept in and brushed his teeth in and ate in
all
and
these
everything.
green rooms.
You know,
gotta be ready. It's gotta be ready.
Yeah, for sure.
You're ready for anything.
Anything.
That's amazing, yo. Thank you so much for coming through.
Honestly,
really
do you have
appreciate
anything else that you want to tell the people before you dip out?
Are you branching out into anything else other than rap?
We won't talk about that right now.
Okay. It's under lock
Baka
and key
clothing
right
line
now.
coming just now.
You know that vest is really nice. Like,
Thank you very
I like orange.
Yeah, don't let her see that T-tops.
We're trying to stay. You know? But no, I just want to let everybody know that don't sleep. We're coming very shortly.
Yes.
And it's gonna be crazy, super nova crazy.
Well, the single's already going crazy, doing really well. We appreciate
Body
you.
in the face.
We appreciate you. Actually, before we leave, body or face? Which one's more important? I know you like body and a face, but which one's more important, longevity-wise? I don't mean for a night. Body or face?
No, it's not body, it's body.
No, I'm saying body. Body or a face?
I'm going with body.
Okay.
I'm going with body. I'm a body man.
Okay. True. Yeah, no, same. I hear you.
Because like all this superficial stuff, sometimes it gets over.
Breast or body?
Body.
Yeah. You know. Your breasts are 90s.
Hold on, that's a why. Let me address all that.
Woman body.
Female jawbone.
Woman cheeks. Only the girl them cheeks we talk about. Thank you so much for coming through,
Yes,
bro.
thank you. We appreciate it, you know?
No doubt, bro.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Yes. Same episode. New swag.
Ooh.
New guests. I'm Marlon.
I'm Norm.
And I'm Alicia.
Oh, Norm's here.
Oh,
Wow, showed up.
Thanks for coming through, man.
I appreciate it.
No,
Thank
we
you, man.
appreciate it. We appreciate
Didn't
it.
think you were making it.
You know what? Let's not talk about it. I'm here. I'm just here.
no
That's all that. I'm here. And,
Two people who did come on time.
Yes.
Not with the hype podcast in the building.
Not with the hype.
Welcome.
Man, what's going on? Me and Shaq know each other.
High school days. I mean,
Long
High school
time,
days.
man.
I know him
Okay.
when he was not a personality that people
Yes.
knew. It was like,
I was just
no,
no, I wasn't.
No, the first time I ever saw Marlon, he was playing basketball in his final high school game ever.
Oh,
that was the first time I ever
that's
saw
when.
you.
Oh,
That was the first time I ever saw you. Then I met you
Tell them
after,
legend.
yeah.
So he actually played basketball.
Yo,
That's
did
not a
I?
myth?
Did
But
I?
I heard there was problems. I don't know what your career was.
I got into
looking
a
like.
fight. I couldn't play all year. I got into 2 fights. I couldn't play all year, and then so they told me I was suspended from the team for the rest of the semester. So I said, bet. We got into playoffs, and it was the second week of second semester. I said,
This guy went down
Gotcha.
swinging. He had buckets.
I said, gotcha, but he's like, okay, if your coach says it's okay, and my coach is already begging me, like, when are you coming back?
Yeah.
And so it just so happened, and I can't believe that's the first game.
That was the first
my
time
one
I
and
ever
only
seen you.
high school game.
Yeah. I mean, you were older than me, so that I was like, oh,
I got in
who the
trouble
hell is this
every
guy?
year, so I never joined the team officially. Like, I'd join it and get
I'd-
kicked off. Join it, get kicked off.
Yeah, I'm surprised, but not really.
But yeah, man, you guys have been doing this podcast for a minute now. I've been on the podcast. Me and Alan had a dope ass episode early on. How did this come about?
Like the story really starts with like a pre-drink in LA and being bored.
It's usually what happens.
I went to I went to LA like, and I was like I was just getting up on Joe Budden at that time.
Okay.
And I saw, not to take anything away from what he was doing, but I'm like, this seems so simple and fun.
Yeah.
And like something that's like, I don't have to spend hours and hours and hours and hours post-producing to do this frequently.
Yep.
So I was like, let me just try and do it. So me and my homie would just record a podcast. It was absolutely horrible. I hid those episodes. If you go back to number one.
What was so bad about it?
I mean,
The audio.
Yeah, exactly.
Audio
imagine-
for sure.
Yeah, you play a song. I'm playing it from like the big speakers into this mic. Like that's what it was.
We're doing the old school style, like how they recorded voicemails back in the day. Just
So
hold it
I
up.
came back from that pre-drink and I was like, okay, I think this is something cool and I want to take it like seriously. And I've been looking for like my creative outlet. Went to school for like radio, broadcast, that kind of stuff.
Okay, dope.
So I tapped in with Patrick over here. We had a couple other guys that we had earlier on, and as you go with podcasts, your same team changes sometimes. And
Oh, I know.
yeah,
Oh, don't I know it?
The last man standing.
exactly. And then we're here what like 4 years. 4 years.
I think that's
Oh,
every
dope.
creative thing that you try to do, especially in the arts. It's very rare that people start things together in the arts and like end up with the same people that they started with. Like, especially in this city. A lot of people don't have that long-term vision to really invest in what they're
Long-term
putting
vision,
into.
and then it's just like things happen with people's lives, like time commitments, you know.
Some people that didn't foresee this with their life. They have other
Yeah.
plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, you know what I mean? It was like, yo, from the jump, we said, yo, we're gonna do this consistently, week after week. Fridays, we picked Fridays.
Friday night.
Yup.
And it just, whatever, it worked out for a couple of us, and we're still here. But
Listen, we're getting to that age now. Fridays, just another day now.
Yeah, there's nothing really going on right now. So
don't
what else
really-
would you rather do?
Yeah. If I'm gonna be washed at home, might as well be doing something. You know what I mean? Yeah, that
But
makes
like,
sense.
I think we always wanted to start something, have our own platform to be able to do our own thing. Like I went to school for broadcast, radio, all that stuff, but then like I kind of got really discouraged about the big, like the big players in the game. So like I wanted to do sports.
Yeah.
And that just felt like an old white man's thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I don't know how to do this, but like I would like to start my own platform. So when I see you guys and doing your own things, and not even just this platform, when I see any creator that's like been sticking with what they're doing for a long period of time, like people don't know how hard that shit is. The stuff you go through in the BTS, when it's like, yo, what happened? Why does that person not show up anymore? Or how come you didn't do that episode last week?
I haven't had a Tuesday in 5 years.
That's what I mean.
My Tuesday evenings, 5 years straight
Exactly.
here doing this, which I don't mind. Like the thing about, especially the dope thing about podcasting is a lot of times like we're behind computer screens. A lot of us, we don't get to really go out, and especially when you're getting older, it's like going out and meeting people is just. It seems like a chore more than anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've always loved the house party kickback vibe where like an argument or a debate just breaks out and people just start talking for like an hour. You don't even realize time's going by. So I feel like that's what this podcast and just podcasting in general is. Like that's what it embodies. That just after a party talking about some shit that just popped off. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, it's dope. You guys are doing amazing. You know,
Appreciate that, for
especially
real.
like given everything, the pandemic, this guy getting married and shit, finding love.
Congratulations.
This man got married too.
You got married
This
too.
guy got married.
Both of y'all got married?
Yeah, man.
And what, pandemic weddings?
I started dating and got married throughout the whole pandemic. Like I had
Nice.
a long distance relationship with my wife. That's over
Shout
there.
her out. Yeah,
Hi.
point at her.
Yeah, there's my
Don't
wife, Coco.
don't get in
Hi,
trouble tonight. Yeah.
Not at all. But yeah,
Yeah.
she's in LA. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I was the first. I felt like I was the first person to travel. You know,
Oh,
in
yeah,
2020,
yeah.
I was the only person in that airport. Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
That must have
yeah.
been difficult though at first.
Just the mental and like telling people and them like being like, yo, you're really doing that? Like you're going and
You're risking a catfish argument there for
Basically.
sure.
But I already met her though. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
she lives
Oh,
there.
so
yeah,
you already knew
So if you met
her.
her, like,
I had
not
already met
really.
So you knew her before the pandemic.
Yeah, before
Okay.
the pandemic, I had worked a job over there, and I was at the Anime Expo doing something crazy with PUBG Mobile for all my nerds out there. And,
PUBG Mobile.
yeah, we were looking for brand ambassadors, and then my wife was one of the brand ambassadors. I did look at her face card, and it did pass. So, yeah.
This guy is a gatekeeper. This is
So that's how that's how it started.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well,
And then you too?
yeah, same. Like for me, it was more so like trying to plan a wedding during the pandemic. So we got engaged right before 2019. Had everything planned, venue.
And then it got shifted.
when was the date supposed to be the first time?
So we actually kept our original date. We planned it like 2 years in advance.
Okay.
Just giving ourselves some time to plan, save up, because weddings are expensive. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, like literally the month, not a month, but a couple months before like our last final deposit was due. Like, we can't do this. Like restrictions were still going on. We were supposed to have like like 200 people, and we ended up having like 100, and even still, that was like
pushing it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yo, it's hard, man.
If people feel salt, they may hit you up like, yo, how did you choose me to be chosen? Like, because that's the thing, you got to eliminate. It's like a crazy Survivor. Like, oh my God, that would be an amazing show.
Who to invite?
Oh my God, who's coming? Just call it who's coming.
Yeah, invite list.
The invite list is 500.
And
we
you
need
have to
20.
like you have the people and you make them do like
Compete.
competitions.
Yes.
And then it's like,
Talk
okay,
to
you get
them.
an invite. You get an invite.
Talk to them.
I'm sorry, you cannot attend.
That's so much better than
then you
Maybe
have
on
like
the anniversary.
And then
so
you
much
throw
better
in
than
a
me
wrench
having
and be
to
like,
call
ooh,
and
we're gonna invite the ex-girlfriend.
Oh, the X Factor. The X Factor.
halfway through the
Yes, cousin Patrick.
The X Factor.
Well,
That's
let's
crazy.
pitch that show.
Yeah, see in a circle. See in a circle. We are copywriting that one.
Yep.
Oh, man. So how long you guys been doing the pod now?
So we're like 171 episodes deep, which is like, I think 4 years, because we've been doing it weekly. During the pandemic, there's a weird time where like I decided to do it twice a week. I don't know. I was trying something.
Yeah. Hey, no, why not?
The value's not going up. We're not growing.
Ain't shit else to do.
Yeah. But it's been like 4 years or so.
Okay, dope.
Yes.
That's amazing, man. Like, especially in this city, like, I want all the podcasts to flourish because the more podcasts do flourish, and especially the more of them there are, the more we all elevate.
Yeah, the bigger the culture, so that people are used to it. Because a lot of people still, podcasts are new to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially here, we don't really have the infrastructure for podcasts to really succeed and blow like the States. We could have it, but like
I think
nobody
we do,
like really knows.
but I think
That's
it's
a
more
big
so
part,
of an
yeah.
investment thing. Like,
Yeah.
over there, you have an entire studios that are investing in creators to create podcasts and putting them on festivals and shopping them here and there.
Yeah.
Like here, it's just every man for themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And what that does is like it encourages you to keep going. Like the amount of times I've seen dope podcasts and met really cool people that are doing some really cool things, and it just died for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like real life happens. They're like, okay, this is not making me money, and I got life
Yeah.
going on, so I got to make some decisions. So
Yeah.
if the infrastructure kind of changes as well, and I hope that like other people can kind of like get out of their comfort bag and just like take.
Well, it's
on a little extra.
affordability
Yeah.
too. Like this city is running our fucking pockets, bro.
Yo, it's hurting right now. It is hurting.
Alberta
And
is
then to
coming,
do
bro.
a studio monthly, 4 episodes is not cheap. It's not cheap, and there's not a lot of places that are offering it for free or like for even a subsidized price. Like it's like you're looking at $100 an hour sometimes, and who has that on top of everything else that's going on?
Yeah.
It becomes an expensive hobby at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even like, is this
Literally.
a business? Or is
An
this like,
expensive
can
hobby.
I join a league with this money? You know?
Literally, it took what 3.5 years for me to bring this shit to scale, like, and make some money.
It's a
Like
long
we're
game.
we're not rolling in it at all. Like we make, I pay these guys probably one at a time each month because I'm just
your
like,
turn.
what is the point of spreading around $35? What am I giving them $35 for? So I pay them every month. I just say, okay, whose turn was it last? All right, this person's getting paid. So I'm like, I really don't know what else to do. Like right now, we're just afloat. You know what I mean? And trying to figure out how to create new verticals, create new parts of the experience for Patreon, and do all these things. And like I said, you don't have the backing of a United States. You don't have the numbers as well
It's also
as the United
a
States.
whole new medium.
Yeah.
Medium is new.
Yeah.
Like it's not anytime that we've done anybody that's done a podcast, you're not following a manual. It's not like this is how the show's supposed to
Exactly.
go. This is the format.
Because
Like,
it could be any different way.
Exactly.
Like if you pick 5 podcasts, if you go on the Apple Podcasts or whatever, you pick 5 podcasts, they could all have different layouts and like different ways that they operate.
approaches,
So there isn't no like cookie cutter, this is how you're going to be successful way to do it. It's just really vibes.
There's no pipeline like rap or any of those things. Yeah, definitely. It's like, especially with podcasts, there's no discoverability. It's not like we're on a feed somewhere where people are like, "Oh, what's this?" It's like you gotta know it's there to even get to to it.
Someone's got to tell you about it.
Yeah.
I gotta have
Exactly.
the funniest clips on Instagram, man. That's what gets you.
Exactly.
over,
That's
you know what I
that's
mean?
the new discoverability, right?
Yo,
It's
my
Reels and
neighbor one
TikTok.
time, I walked outside and he was like, yo, I seen you on like a podcast or something
Yo, I
like
see
that.
your sis.
I was like,
You say your sister?
She had
my
this
sis,
massive
like,
Not her
cyst on
sister.
her back.
Not her sister. Her
like a
sis.
CYST. And I was like, which one? And he had like no clue. And I was just like, all right. And I'm just
See, and that's the
walk
other
away.
People might not even know your podcast. They know the podcast clips.
No, even like I had just came from an event before I came here, and one of the photographer guys, he was like, yo, I just watched your interview. And I was like, what interview?
Yeah, you gotta be way more specific than
He
that.
was like, yo, that interview. I'm like, okay, was it with extra gravy? Like I was thinking maybe the Jesse Reyes one. Yeah. And he was like, oh, it was Lauren Murdoch. I'm like, Lonnie Murdoch? I filmed that like 2 years ago now. You know what I mean? And he just watching it now. And I was like, I didn't even know. Like M2M's been on a hiatus forever.
Right?
The funniest thing to me is like when somebody comes to you and they're like, yo, when you said that thing on episode
Oh my
152,
God. Yeah.
I was rolling. I'm like, what thing did I say?
Dog.
I talked a lot of shit.
That thing you guys said about the burgers, bro. I'm like,
Yeah.
nigga.
Even when you ask for like the end of the year wrap up, I'm like, I don't remember what we talked
Yeah,
about.
that's why we got
52 weeks.
That's why we got minutes
That's why
man
He was
over
like,
there.
yo, what's your favorite? I'm like, I don't know what I said last
Facts.
week.
Facts.
Like,
This podcast is like sex. Like you don't remember what you said. Yeah, I just said shit.
I
Whatever
did
came
something.
out, it felt right at the time.
what were you gonna say?
No, I was like, it's like your like end of the year work performance. You know, they ask you like, oh, what are you proud of? What did you do this year? How are you supposed to remember?
Yeah. Facts.
Everything's a blur now too with the pandemic. I'm just like, I don't know.
Things that
when
felt
this
like it was
happened.
last year was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, my perception of time is finished. It's
Yeah.
cooked. Cooked completely.
Yeah.
You guys see Jupiter last night?
I was going to, but like from the way my condo balcony was set
The way
up,
my view set
the
up,
way my condo
I
balcony
can't see the sky.
I went to bed.
I saw somebody tweet like, "Go look at Jupiter right now," and I was like,
did
I ain't
anybody?
getting up.
I was like,
but
nigga, I live
I've seen
downtown.
Jupiter before.
I can't even see the stars down
really
there.
well. So
You can't see shit down here. Number pollution and overcast. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Speaking of overcast, Rachel Dolezal has OnlyFans.
Wow.
As overcast.
I don't know. It might
Why-
make somebody wet.
Hold on.
Hey, no. Okay.
So she got OnlyFans.
Rachel
Well,
Dolezal
What does she
has
do?
OnlyFans.
Does she act white?
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I'm like, is she on there like just not washing her chicken?
She strips down to her real self. That's what she does.
oh my gosh.
She's on there like, I haven't bathed in 3 days, guys. Yeah, no. For the small price of $10, you guys can see.
What content is on there?
You guys can see
Didn't-
white pussy that
didn't
thinks
this
it's
come
black.
out months ago, like that she was supposed to be up on OnlyFans, and did somebody just leak them today or yesterday?
I think
or
somebody just leaked them to Black Twitter like this week.
whatever? Oh, so we just found out.
Oh, she been had it. She been had it.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
But what is she doing on it?
Well,
Is
what
the
do you do
question.
on OnlyFans?
I don't know. I
popping
mean,
The
it.
ones that came out, titties was out.
really?
Titties was out. I seen pussy. I seen everything. I seen Dolezal pussy. That is.
Well, she needs to get paid too. You know?
Hey, I also like to add this. Shits was alright.
She had him.
Hey man, hey.
Oh my gosh, where's
Hey.
Dr. Umar?
Hey, listen. I'm not saying she's black. I'm thinking she looks black down there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
She got some Gonzagas.
hey, she works out. So
Okay.
I mean, the body is
Hold on.
looking.
Is there any photos?
This nigga is
Listen, you can't be
horny.
You can't say
No,
them
now
shits
you
aside
said it.
and then bleep your words when you're describing what you saw, because I need to understand.
I saw pink nipples,
Okay.
pink Caucasian
that's-
nipples.
Okay.
I saw legs of thunder. I did not expect that, and some body. She had like
A little butt.
she got some
like a
cheeks.
Solid one.
She got some racist cheeks
Nice.
back there, and yeah, I was
That
I was
face
shocked.
and that hairstyle with like
See,
a
the hair is
nakedness
what does
wild to
it.
me.
The
I
hair
can't
is what
even-
does it. Honestly, it's the dreadlocks. It's it's the micro braids. It's all
She's
that.
very versatile with her hairstyles.
Oh, yeah,
She
you
really
just-
wants to be a
the
black
word.
is it
woman, you know?
versatile or is it
word.
just black?
Well, I just said she
There's
just
no
wants
white
to-
hair.
She really wants to be a black girl.
Yeah, no.
There she is, y'all. There she is. There she
Oh my
is.
gosh, she
Yup.
found it. That
Go
was her
get it,
favorite.
go.
Ass tat?
She got an
Yeah.
ass tat.
What is that?
Her legs
don't know,
are
it looks-
really
I don't know.
nice.
It says.
I told you.
I think
Her
it says
legs are really
justice.
nice.
Look at them legs. Look at the thighs.
She's in
Look at the
shape, yeah.
calves.
Yo, her calf muscles are just popping. She's got
Yeah.
like the whole.
She got
hamstring
wrestler
shit
vibes going on.
But this just is giving.
Yeah,
this is
Matt would
giving
love
Rachel,
it.
Rachel Dolezal lost it all. Like I can't like imagine that this is where we're
I
at.
can only think that God has blessed her for helping black people for so long. She was wasn't she NAACP like
Yeah.
director or some shit like that?
Oh
She's
my
up there.
gosh, yeah.
That's good karma right there.
Yeah.
That's that's what you get for helping the less privileged.
You get some bashi.
Some great legs.
Oh my God, dog. If she's just I need to know what she's doing on the OnlyFans. I need to buy it
Yeah.
just for research for the band name.
To see everything? Yeah.
Because I feel like she's just doing art on there. Like other than that, because in the documentary,
Chris got them all.
nipples. Look at the nipples.
Yeah, there she
In the
is.
documentary,
There she is.
she's a painter. No, she paints. Like that little documentary
Really?
they did on Netflix. She's actually a
never
really good
watched-
artist. Like a
I
really
never
good artist.
watched the documentary because I'm just like not really that interested in her.
Yeah, they blacklisted
Cool.
all of that.
I was very interested in her, and I thought it was a crazy documentary. Her son, like, I feel sorry
son
for
black?
him. Yeah, her son's black. Both of her sons are black. They have a black father though, so I'm like,
Did they talk to her parents on that? I'm very curious.
her parents?
Hers.
No. Oh, come on.
That's
you thought
where
she
I'm-
was gonna
Nah,
bring.
she ain't gonna
gonna
do
bring
that. She
mom
not.
dudes?
She don't want that great reveal.
She want no on the show.
But I think they gotta pay for that one. She's like, if you want a pay per view,
That's the only
situation, OnlyFans, you want to see my parents tonight. I
would
will
be the
show you
greatest promo.
one parent.
yeah,
And I'm
and then
gonna
another
show
reveal.
no. Next week, I'm showing my father's grandfather. You know, like
drag it out.
yes, drag it out. It's just like, but what is his
Sponsored by
grandfather?
Ancestry.
The whole
Yes.
lineage.
It's like, where will we find the black?
Didn't her parents actually come out and be like, this was
Yeah.
our daughter? So
They said
already
we
seen
don't
them,
understand
We're
what's
white,
going
we're
on.
confused.
They're on the news like, we don't know that woman.
right? We used to, not anymore though.
That's crazy, bro.
That sounds racist.
I don't know, like, I just don't know how, like, watching the documentary, her son's literally begging her to just lay low, keep a low profile. Mom, I'm at school, like, it's bad. Like, I'm getting it nonstop from every angle.
Aw, poor
And they
baby.
live in a small town, so, like, people
It's even worse.
just are always seeing the same people. So, when I heard this, the first thing I thought of was a son.
Well, that's crazy. We're growing up in a time where like that's like the norm. I don't want to say the norm, but it's
No,
more
no.
popular right now.
It's the norm.
Yeah.
It's
Hell yeah. Straight up.
you can literally he bought it. We can literally like we're literally in a time where any kid growing up can see their mom's pussy on the internet in 20 years.
That's crazy.
I didn't 20 years, like yesterday. Today.
I blame the government.
Why?
Honestly, it's like it's the same reason why like crime and all that stuff. Like if you have things for people to do, first of all, they just cut what 500
different programs
for
recreational
recreational
programs in Toronto. So they said there was like 3,800 people who are going to be impacted because of that.
Yeah.
And so it's like, yo, that's 3,800 people with less things to do, and that means they're
trickle
gonna-
down effect, man.
Yeah.
Less jobs, like the employment rate is just crazy. So it's like when you have all these factors and people don't know what to do, especially during the pandemic.
That's when
How many
OnlyFans
people
blew
from
up,
high
man.
school just
Yeah.
started selling pussy?
That shit was
like it was just like that. Oh, I guess this is
remember
what I'm
that
doing
if
now.
you were awake between the hours of 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., you were bound to see somebody you went to high school
Oh,
with or
yeah.
knew busting it open on
That
Instagram
Tory Lanez
Live.
Instagram
They
Live.
thought they were they would do their own quarantine radio, or some bum would have a quarantine radio with 3 people watching. And
There's
they were doing
about
some crazy
20
stuff.
bootleg quarantine
Yeah.
radios out
It's
there.
crazy.
Just niggas like, yo, just take it off. Like they weren't even getting creative anymore.
You
They
guys
were-
remember that like strip show thing that they did? It was a
Demon
Toronto
Time?
one. Yeah. Was it?
Demon Time with the wine glass. You just seen that nigga with the wine. That's how
It was the Toronto
Justin
one. though.
LeBoy, that's how he started.
No, but I'm talking about the one that was in Toronto.
Oh, Snoopy. Yeah, that was like it was like a legit.
That was pretty.
Every
the production
Tuesday
value
and
was there.
Thursday, strippers.
No, the production value was there. He had a whole pole set up.
But
and all
the
that.
hygiene was not. I
No.
know it's stinking there. Every time I looked at the video, I'm like,
You're like,
It looked musty.
oh, it's just pink eye all through the room.
Quality was there. The class was not.
Floating shorticles.
No shade if you were there and you listened to this.
Nah, shade. Some of you girls.
Hey, there was nothing
We just
going on.
lost.
Some of them girls, I don't know. I don't know. Speaking of production value, Legacy Awards. Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
What a night.
It was great.
yeah.
It was incredible. Shout out to Steph and Shamir.
Shout out to you for being nominated.
Yeah. It was fun. It was mad
Honestly,
fun.
I would like to say, even though
Here we go, flowers. I feel it.
even though the week before, whatever, we said you wasn't gonna win, and you didn't win.
No, you did.
And the second I saw you, I was like, listen.
Second I came upstairs.
I was like, like, you really did deserve to win. When you think about it, there was people who just came up over the pandemic. Like, I guess knowing you, I'm a little bit biased, but you are one of the hardest working. You've created so many different things. Like, you've done so much for yourself and included the city in it as well. And so, like, I understand why I could win, and I think everybody deserves it. Everybody has done great things.
Everybody
but
that
I
was
think that
nominated deserves something.
minus the numbers, because obviously there's people with millions.
Yeah.
Like, you really are one of the hardest working ones.
Thank you.
And I think
Give myself
that
a gunshot.
Yeah.
Give myself a gunshot.
And because of that, I nominated you for this next award called the Influence Award. So I don't
What
know
is
if
that?
they'll contact you. I don't know. It was
What
in my
is that?
email.
What is it? I'm like, ooh, nominated. What is it?
They were
it's
like,
an
they
award
were
show
in
at
my
Janet
email.
Finch.
I guess there's like an agency called the Influence Agency or something like that.
Okay.
And so they do awards, and it just kept coming up in my email. So I'm like, let me nominate Norm. Marlon.
Sick. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm honestly, I'm used to that kind of thing working out that way. VJ Search prepared me for all this.
Yeah.
Once I lost on that, it was like, all right.
That shit was crazy.
Huh?
I went for that the same year. That's how I remember like first.
Oh yeah. 09, right?
Yeah, the process is crazy though.
Yeah, that was a wild one, and that kind of like it prepared me, and like even just throughout the years, a lot of times, which is why this award show is so important in my opinion, because a lot of the black talent in this city is like it's like folklore, like you just know it happened and you talk about it, and that's where it ends. There's no like documented proof. There's no one out here collecting black Canadian icons somewhere like. This is a first award show of its kind and long overdue. The closest we had to this was the Stylist Awards.
Yeah.
And that was for parties. That was like best
Parties,
promoter, best
MCs,
photographer,
DJ.
Yeah, this is
That
like
stuff.
crazy. Like the
No.
Kayla Gray moment.
But like the production value.
production
Like, let's
value
talk
was
to you
high
about
as
that.
fuck.
Well, I
'Cause, like,
expected that. I expect that because CBC, once they say they're doing it,
Yeah.
like that's nobody else. They know what they're doing with that, but.
But to be honest, to like really see it in the flesh, it's another thing. Because you're like, okay, yeah, sure.
Have you been into any before?
Pardon?
Have you been to any award shows before? Like other than this one?
No, I
Okay.
haven't. Yeah. But I like just walking there, and like the stage looks so beautiful. The lights were perfect.
Immaculate.
Like the black carpet was beautiful. And then like to see just all of our faces in the room and like dressed to the nines.
Yup.
And like,
Felt like the
yo,
Black Oscars.
I fucking wore heels.
Felt like the Toronto Oscars. Like
Yeah.
even just the way it looked. It wasn't like some MTV VMA stage. Like it looked expensive. You know what I mean? And the categories, like the different segments they had weren't corny or just like overdone. Like it was just good timing on everything.
The Randy's Patties.
Randy's Patties
Come on,
was
man.
a Canadian heritage moment.
That was a Canadian
That was a
heritage moment, for
crazy
real.
moment. And
Did you get a patty?
No, I was sitting
they were
over at the
too
side
far,
the
yeah.
booth. Yeah, but it was dope. Just especially like you said, seeing all those talented, like so many people that we grew up on, even.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I wish I saw Master T. I don't think Master T was there. That's probably the only person I was like,
I didn't see
I want to
him.
see Master T.
He
tonight.
deserves one. They should have a Master
He
T
deserves
award.
everything.
He
That's
deserves
our
to have an award named after him.
facts.
Sure.
Like
That's our
Well,
AJ. And
no, you
Free,
gotta
dog.
call. It's like the Master T Broadcasting Award or something like that. You know,
It would
for
be sick, man.
Outstanding broadcast.
I was gonna say that I think that they definitely need to evolve a little bit because like I think they were missing a music award, some type of music award. It doesn't have to be artist, but like even black executive or something like that, you know? So they were missing like that element. So I feel like going forward, there's a couple of awards that do need to be, and it would be dope to have a Master T like broadcasting because we all know that, you know, he's one of the
Pioneers.
Yeah. It was really great to see him during the summer because his son was playing at the for Shooting Stars. So I'd see him all the time. Yeah.
My girl, my wife and I, we went to the game. So keep in mind, we got tickets like last minute or whatever, right? Get these tickets,
Yeah.
sitting down, we're like, shoot, Nick Nurse, courtside, right in front of us. I'm like,
Yeah.
go down, touch him right now.
Yeah.
Find out, we're in the wrong seats. I went away, come back. My wife's like, so this gentleman says we're in his seats. Everyone's looking at us like, yo, why are you guys here?
This gentleman. Ross the gentleman.
So I turn around, I'm like, oh, that's Master T. Like, so I had to go up to him after the game. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, man. He's like, yeah, my son's in the game. I'm like, oh, shoot.
Yeah,
I didn't
Khalif Young.
I didn't even realize. The whole time
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
I just took this man's seat. Master T, the legend.
Yeah.
I can't believe Master T has a son that old. I am old as shit.
Yeah, he's like 20.
What up, soulmates?
God
or something
damn.
like that. Yeah, I spoke to his wife a lot. We had a conversation about babies in the bathroom, and then like I even talked to him, and I was just like, hey, like, you know, proud of your son because he's doing things, but also
But you're the
proud
man.
of you.
But you're the man. You interviewed
Let me
Tupac
interview.
before he died.
Sorry, what was his name again?
Khalif Young.
Khalif Young.
Yeah, he's actually in Germany now.
Is
I
he
think
good?
Wow.
No, he's good. He started, he played a lot, you know, and he ended up not being able to go to championship weekend because his new team in the Europe wanted him to go over there. I think it was Germany. So he had to like literally leave the day before the championship game. But yeah, he played all season, all the games. Killed it sometimes.
Well,
like
so
one
dope,
game
'cause-
he was like one board away from like a triple double. Yeah.
Good for
I was
him.
like, what? Go ahead.
Okay,
But
Master
yeah.
T, son.
Yeah.
They had one award that was named after someone, Jamil French,
Yeah.
the actor that passed away.
You did?
Yeah, you went to high school with him. They had named an award after him, which fittingly went to Kayla Gray.
He was actually a part of Degrassi.
Yeah,
the
he was on
next
Degrassi for a while.
generation, and then he was a part of what's that other?
Camp, was it Camp? Or was he on one of them Camp Rock shows or something like that?
He was
He was on some sort of like Disney or Family Channel show.
Yes,
I can't remember
yes,
what it
yes,
was.
yes.
what shows was he on?
I just remember him always dancing. Like no matter what party you go to, shows up
Yeah.
on his dolo and he's dancing all night.
Yes, I remember that.
I was not a dancer, still not a dancer. But like I would go partying out with them, and Jamil and a couple other guys. Shout out to Big Lou, my boy Luther. They would always be dancing. We go to Sneaky D's, we go to the mall, we be in STC. These guys are just
Sneaky D's just reminds me of Alan.
Black
Shane,
and
man.
dancing
That
at
guy.
Sneaky D's.
Alan Shane
should be
Lewis
illegal.
at Sneaky D's.
Yeah,
Alan at Sneaky
Listen,
D's.
Alan is-
that's his breeding ground right there.
He goes nuts. I've never seen a guy float
than that.
as gracefully as he does through sweaty white
And he's a
people
non-threatening
on the dance
black.
floor.
Yeah.
And he's a non-threatening black. It's over.
He
at
cleaned
Sneaky
up very
D's.
well at the awards, man. He looked
He
fly
did
as
look
hell.
great, yeah. He
They
did
would
look
make
great.
Childish Gambino the like logo there if they could. That place.
He would receive the Childish Gambino award.
That'd be wild.
Were you referring to Soundtrack on Netflix? It says that he was on that in 2019.
Maybe. I'm not too sure. But Kayla Gray won, and she gave one of the best speeches I've ever heard. It was such a heartfelt moment to her two best friends.
That's
came
what
and
really made the moment.
Huh?
That's what really made the
Yeah,
moment.
the two
It like
best
set
friends
it up.
coming through, like giving up. And Kathleen was already like, she saw the video of Kayla. They did like a highlight reel or whatever, and Kathleen was already like, "Okay, guys, And I was like, oh, because I know her and Kayla. I'm like, Kayla's gonna be
Yeah.
crying as soon as she comes up here.
So if anybody knows, it was Brandon Gonez and Kathleen Newman. I don't remember the other. She has 2 last names. And like they're her real life friends, you know. So the second that they came out together, I was like, oh, they must be presenting the award to Kayla. So it's like to have that moment to win a moment. I mean, win something for the first time, like. You know, the word has never existed before. That's cool. To be in front of like all these living icons, that's cool. But then to be given it to you by your friends.
That's crazy.
And it was like, yeah, and they played a beautiful video. And then she came up crying.
Yeah, everybody.
You know?
You just looked around and
Yeah.
you see people welling
Everybody,
up
I'm like,
everywhere. And it wasn't even the first. It wasn't even the first heartfelt moment. So there was one like right before that where a young lady, she's like francophone, and
she's from
she was
Haiti.
Yeah, she's from Haiti, and she basically she came up, and the governor general, the first black woman, governor general, gave it to her, and she comes up. She's like, when I was a kid, I used to watch her with
Back
my
in
mom
Haiti.
on TV, and now she's presenting me with an award, and she's been my mentor for years. It was like, you're sitting there like, what the hell's going on tonight? Like, this is crazy.
That whole show was so special for so many reasons.
Yeah.
I want to shout out Keisha Fresh. She killed it.
Yo, big up
God.
Keisha, set it off, and I love that idea that they had of like. It's kind of like a Grammy side stage going into the commercials where it's like, but they had it with the trend right now is the hanging mic thing, right?
Yeah.
I think it was perfect. That was a great call on their part. And
Was it a very Toronto centered event, or was it like black people from across Canada?
Okay, so Fabienne,
because I was thinking
pretty
Halifax
sure.
and all these other places that have a large population where
they focused on a lot of not just English speaking, also French speaking as well,
Okay.
francophone and different parts. They shouted out different parts of Canada
So
and people doing different
Fabienne,
things.
she's from. I'm pretty sure she's from Montreal. Like I think she moved
yeah,
to
she sounds like Montreal.
like Montreal and stuff like that. And then they had the rapper Izzy S. And he's French, so he rapped in French.
Sick.
And then one of the other presenters from earlier in the night, he's actually from Calgary. I don't know if he lives there, but he's from there. And so they had like, you know, some people. Oh, and then they had Jordan Alexander, who plays on Gossip Girl, the reboot of Gossip Girl, and she's from Vancouver. So they did have hosts or presenters that were kind of, you know, scattered from across the country. But when you do think of like the hosts, they talk. You know how Toronto
there was
people
more
talk.
Toronto centered
and like
talking.
you know the Randy's Patties thing was very Toronto, so it was Toronto, but at the same time, like there was people who represented multiple provinces across the country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give a shout out to Shamir because that's the guy I went to high school with, and like just seeing his journey and his come up and just being able to establish this, and you know like what they did, like him and his brother, like that's phenomenal.
And
like,
Shamir's a hard worker.
Shamir's a hard worker. Like I haven't talked to him in years, but like just seeing the grind from afar, you know what I mean? Like that's someone who's truly riding for the city, riding for Scarborough and everything. So I gotta pay him respect because
I seen the early days
shirt
of him
is a
doing
nice shirt there. A kid from Scarborough. I like that.
Shit going on.
This podcast is so Scarborough centric. We gotta branch out, man. Saga, Brampton, we're coming. We're Malton.
Well, I'm from Mississauga, okay? So
You lived in Scarborough when you started
I
this,
just
though.
got adopted.
When you started on this podcast, you were in Scarborough.
Work for the
claimed her.
Scarborough
We claimed
Shooting
her.
Scarborough
Stars.
Shooting Stars. It's just nonstop Scarbarion here, dog.
Fun fact, I just learned this. It's in regards to like Steph and Shamir and Keisha Fresh that like Stefan used to rap. And him and Keisha Fresh like made an album together, and then Shamir actually like was directing the shit. So Keisha, Keisha sent me.
Steph's
and
first
then
music video.
that's what she said, and then she was like, "Yo, if you look closely, you'll see Marlon in the video."
It was a house party. It was a house party, and Shamir was directing the video. And he's just like, "Yo, I just need you to come turn up, bro. Like, I just need you in the back of the video, just turn up." I was like, hey, shit, all right, we ain't got nothing to do. Me and TJ got drunk and then headed over there. And that's when we learned it was a video shoot.
What did you think it was?
I thought it was a house party, nigga. The nigga said, he said, I need you to come turn up.
That's a great music
so
video.
I was like,
shoot,
all right, bet.
All them party music videos are not parties.
Yeah,
they're not real. They're very fake.
But even those aren't. When you go there,
I don't know when you sobered up.
They had to turn off the music, turn on the music, turn off the music. So it wasn't it wasn't even. It still felt like you're on a video shoot, but it was very like.
Yeah.
I came here thinking I'm starting to bubble.
Yeah, I'll send you the links because Keisha, she sent it to me, literally the day after Monday. And she was like, yeah, like, here, listen, watch them. And I was like, amazing. What the fuck?
That's when Steph was about to get on his Drake because he was still on Degrassi. Yeah. And he was like, yo, I'm going to transition. They're not even ready. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, hey, it worked once before, nigga. Shit. It might work again.
Try it again. You know, somebody already made the blueprint for you.
Exactly. And then I didn't see them for a bit. And all of a sudden, he's Jesse Owens. I'm like, what? I'm like, you got Jesse. And then he's doing movies with Sanaa Lathan. He's doing movies with like just countless women I grew up wanting to, you know what I mean?
Watch on television. Yeah. Watch on the big screen.
I wanted to do a deep dive on their discography. Yeah.
But you wanted them to do a deep dive in your discography.
No. Don't deep dive. Yeah, no, don't deep dive on me.
You know how Sanaa gets down.
Do you?
You never heard?
Shit.
Do
tell.
No, I feel like there was like
I know
a thing that she was just
down.
Like a little bit.
I have a Sanaa Lathan story.
Oh wow!
Not like that though. Y'all niggas wouldn't even see me right now. But there was a night when I was still hosting Heavy Promoter Life. Remember Time Sundays?
Yeah.
I try to talk about it every podcast episode. Trust me, I reminisce.
Time Sundays.
Shout out to my cousin Andre Spencer.
A time, no pun intended. Time Sundays was like the most popping party in the city every week, and Mona, you guys know Mona?
Yep.
Yeah.
I wish I went to her parties.
Oh yeah, Mona's parties are crazy too.
They weren't for me though.
They're not that crazy. There's NBA niggas had the time of their life.
Yeah.
They weren't for me.
They weren't for you. No, us brokies are just standing there watching everything. This is nice.
I had the time of my life at those parties.
Of course you did. Yeah. So yeah, Mona hit me up and she's just like, oh, I got some friends with me. They want to go out. I'm like, okay, come time. Like, I'll get you guys in a booth set up and everything. This girl said friends. She shows up with D-Ray.
Oh, that's my wife's cousin.
Is it really?
No, I'm just joking. I say it all the time.
She shows up with D-Ray, Tatiana Ali.
Oh, shit.
That is wild.
Okay, you're done. You don't even have to continue at that
and
point.
Sanaa Lathan, okay?
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
what the bomba cloth is this? So they pull up. I gotta act normal. Hey, what's up? Yeah, come through. Yeah, I got you. In my head, I'm like, that's Ashley fucking Banks. Nigga.
Yeah, that's like your
my
childhood.
whole life has worked up to this moment.
Why do I feel like I went to this party? Because I'm like, why have I met her before at a party in Toronto?
Probably you were there.
This might have been the party.
Might have been there.
Where were you that night?
I'm always high. I have like really
I'm
random
standing there. I'm
memories.
like, how do I flirt? Do I say, can I blow in your ear? Like, what do I say? What do I say to this woman?
No, what you needed
Let me
to
blow
do?
in your ear.
You needed to sing Tevin Campbell.
Happy birthday. That nigga said happy birthday. He even sing his own song.
She fainted.
So then now,
if you did,
they came in. I get them in the booth or whatever, and Sanaa and D-Ray are kind of like cozy. Like,
interesting.
Cozier than I was expecting. I was like, okay, well then, D-Ray, do you think? And so she's there. I'm standing on the couch in the booth. They're standing in front of me. Okay,
stand on the couch. So.
D-Ray has his back to me, and at a certain point, Sanaa Lathan comes up behind him, comes up in front of him, and just puts her arms around him, like just hugging him and holding him, right? And he's saying something to her, and she's looking up at me. So I'm like, dog, okay, Sanaa Lathan is right here, okay? I'm standing on the couch, and she's this close to my face and just giving me the Sanaa look, like just, all I heard was Maxwell, that's all I heard.
It was like 10 seconds in your head, but it was like 0.5.
Oh my God, bro. And she's looking at me, bro, she bites her lip. I don't know what this nigga said to her. She bit her lip, and I'm like, she's not paying attention to me, but I'm witnessing this. I'm witnessing this. And she says something to him. He laughs and like they part. And I was just like, what the fuck just happened? So now we're leaving, and I give Ashley Banks a hug. I'm like, I love you.
Just took a lock of her hair, just took a strand.
She's like, get me, pervert. So then now I go to hug Sanaa, and she looks at me, like for a second, pauses, and just gives me a look like I don't know why. I could read what she was saying. It was almost like, don't say anything about what you just saw. Like her eyes just kind of said that. Where it's like,
you saw too much.
Yeah.
Because she realized she was looking straight up at me and what was happening, and nobody else in the club is like
paying
looking
attention.
at it. So I'm like, okay, yeah, give her a hug, and they leave, and I'm just like, bro, did I read that wrong? Was she biting it at me?
Should I have asked for her?
You were like
Thinking about it.
You had something in your hair, and she had OCD. Was like, I really want to take that
something
off.
on my lip.
You know what?
That's why she bit her lip. She's like, get it right there.
Get that.
Nothing I hate more than an awkward like celebrity interaction. To be honest, I don't.
Yeah.
I ran into the other day.
I was gonna say, what's an awkward situation? Come
what
on.
was it last week? Grocery store right next to my house.
Oh, grocery store.
So I'm like banging shit out. I'm running errands. I'm like, do I go to the self checkout or I go to somebody? I'm lazy. I'm gonna go talk to somebody. And as I'm putting myself up, I look up and it's
Michael Jackson.
I was on mushrooms and I saw Michael Jackson, right? I looked up and it was Butcher from The Boys.
Oh, shit. That makes sense,
also
too.
an intimidating person.
Yeah, in real life.
From The Boys. So I look up and I don't know what to say, but I got to say something. That's Butcher from The Boys right in front of me. And he looked at me and I was trying to just give him a look to be like, I know who you are, but like, I'm not going to say nothing, just give you a little nod. He didn't do it, so I'm like, I got to say something now. And I'm like, I love what you do.
This nigga checking watermelons here. I love what you do.
The man, I don't know if he was fully in character, but he looked at me and he's just like, thanks. But I'm not sure if he called me a cunt in his head and put his glasses on and got the fuck out of there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I felt like I met the real guy. I'm like, oh man, I wish I met the actor.
That nigga's method acting. Yo, that is so funny. And yeah, they shoot the boys in Toronto.
Here.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, nice.
I'm like, why did you see him at a grocery store? I'm like,
He's living here right now. They're shooting.
that's crazy. Yeah, no.
Well, it's a story to tell,
Yeah. One time I cooked for Donald Sutherland.
Nice.
Very random, like.
That's a legend.
But it's an OG, right?
That's a legend, bro.
And he walked in, and I just remember, like, my boss was like, yeah, we're going to have a really, really big, actor coming in. So I was like, ooh, who could it be? And when he walked in, this man's head was huge, like a large, massive, just big-ass head. And he was not impressed. Like, everything we brought out, he was like,
Oh, not the Sutherland.
Yes, and I was like, man, I'm not doing a good job today. Like, oh man, we didn't do it. But
nigga put you in Hunger Games.
But then he left. He was like, but when he got up to leave, he was like, it was delicious. And then he left. I was like,
that was
I could not tell if you enjoyed it or not.
Nigga's like a Jamaican audience. Did I do good?
Yes.
That's so crazy. I think the most.
Do you
awkward,
have a story?
I wish, man.
He did. It was with Master T.
So I need to tell one.
Yes.
Which one would you like to know?
She knows the whole
Multiple.
You have multiple awkward ones?
I feel like they're all awkward. Most of them
Why?
are all awkward. I don't know.
Do you get awkward?
No.
They get awkward?
Depending on who it
What's
is.
One of you guys are getting awkward.
I want a mono party story.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I got that one.
There we go.
That one might be for OnlyFans.
It was like a caravan party, like the Thursday or whatever. And I was, how old was I? Like 21 or something like that. But Mo Pete was there. And so he was older.
Oh, you told us this story.
Yeah, I told you guys that.
Yeah, you told us this story.
Dang. Well, anyways, he like, he was talking to me or whatever, and this was after he played at the Raptors, but I was just like, he was like, oh, you're so cute. Like, not cute, but he was like, you're beautiful, whatever, right? And I was just like, oh my gosh. Like when I was like 13 years old, I was a Raptor like girl, like the ball girl or whatever, and I was on the court and you told me you liked my like Air Force One.
You said this to him?
Yeah.
You were the awkward one. Oh my god.
Who made it awkward?
Oh my! How old were you when you said
21.
this? You didn't know how to flirt yet. Dear God.
But
When I was 13, you fucked with me.
Oh man.
I just wanted him to know that, you know, I was that young.
It's like, you've been looking at me like Elvis looked at Priscilla his whole
Like,
life.
bro, he's
Oh
like
my
well
God.
into his 30s at this time.
So was his money. What the hell? You ain't
He
thinking with the
didn't,
check.
but he didn't care. He was like, yo, take my number. What are you doing tomorrow?
Yuck.
I was just like,
Ugh. He's a Targaryen. That's crazy. That is insane.
Yo,
Shout out to Mo Pete though. Big up Mo Pete.
yo, real quick one because you're talking
There was another one
NBA.
too, yeah.
I had to introduce Dominique Wilkins at this NBA Cares event.
Yeah.
And I was like, ladies and gentlemen, one of the top 50 NBA's greatest players, Mr. Dominique Wilkins. And as he comes out, his manager leans to me. He's like, he didn't make the top 10. And he's like, and he's really sensitive about it. I was like,
He was literally on the news talking about how he got
deal.
slighted.
Yeah.
That was a huge deal.
Yo, even worse, the next one at the next city, I'm like Sam Mitchell. So I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sammy Mitchell.
Never known
He
as
walks
Sammy.
up to me. He goes, "You can call me stupid. You can call me dumb.
You call me
but
nigga.
don't you ever call me Sammy." I was like, "Oh, I'm getting fired." That's 2 weeks in a row.
What's wrong with you?
I was messing up, man. I was messing
Just
up.
freestyling. No notes, just vibes. Just
Appreciate the therapy
vibes.
session.
It says in bold at the top of the writer, do not call him the 50 greatest player. That is
Oh, I
insane.
felt so bad.
That's hilarious.
So, celebrities, stop being awkward. You know what I mean? It's not us. It's you. It's not
It
us.
should be
It's you.
happening.
In other news this week, where should we start? Where should we
I
start?
mean, we were talking about Sinai.
We were talking about
that
Sinai.
reminds me of another
Light skin.
No, I was gonna say like a '90s heartthrob woman that we all loved who's been done wrong.
Who?
Well, Ime Udoka's wife.
Oh, but she. I mean,
alone.
that's the roles she's been playing her whole life.
Oh no!
She been
That's
kind
why you don't
of.
feel bad.
She's kind of.
She's been preparing
feel bad.
She's
for it.
kind of been. She's kind of been studying this role for a long time.
Method acting.
It's really wild.
Is that why
because-
she was perfect for the roles?
for the roles?
That she was playing her whole
No,
life?
No. She's just perfect for the situation
She's
now.
perfect for the situation.
Because she's had plenty of practice.
Yeah,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
being the other
Yeah.
woman.
This is all
So yeah, if you don't know, Nia Long got cheated on, and her husband's now suspended. Yeah, he's the head coach
Yeah.
I
of
think
Boston
it's deeper than
Celtics.
I heard.
There
that.
has
I
to
think
be
it's
something
deeper
See
than
there.
Matt Barnes talk
Because
about
Matt Barnes made
Yeah.
a video defending the fact that he shouldn't be suspended for a year. He said he should be suspended, grant you, but
Yeah.
not a year.
Yeah.
Right? We've seen people do way
Or pay a
worse and
fine.
get way less, right?
Or pay a fine.
Or pay a
Or just
fine.
get traded.
Well,
Any of that, any of these
yeah,
things. There's so many options to do other than suspend a man for an entire year.
Yeah.
When what he did has nothing to do with his job. You know what I mean?
No, there is something else because I seen somebody tweet before they announced the suspension. They're like, if you think this is bad, it's gonna get worse.
Oh, yeah.
There's like some other shit happening that like happened. And
Matt Barnes came back and retracted the video in less than 24 hours. He said, I've gotten more information. People on the inside have told me, exactly what's happening. And I cannot,
comment
with good faith, keep what I said out there as what I stand on. That's I can't defend anything that I've heard. I don't stand with that type of stuff. It's messy. It's deep. And he's just going on, and I'm just like, what the fuck did this guy do,
happened?
bro? And then you hear he's known about this since July.
Who has?
Ime Udoka.
Yeah.
He's known about this since July. They started this investigation a long time ago.
But it was finals time. What do you mean?
The finals finished. As soon as the finals finished, they said, "Oh, you didn't win, nigga. Come here."
Word, yeah.
If he won, bro, I swear to you, if he
Nothing-
won,
nothing would happen.
we never hear about this.
Yeah, no.
We never hear about
This
this.
is Boston. They're burying that shit.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
I want to go back and watch tape and see if he was sweating. I want to know if he knew beforehand that this championship was everything was riding
Nia
on
Long showing
this.
up to them games?
Of
Yes,
course,
she was.
She made it viral.
Sitting there.
She made it viral, and so like
I feel like that's when we really found out, like
That
that.
they were-
That
no, they were
like-
no, we knew they were
They've been
together.
together,
for
but I don't
I
think
don't
like
think the public really
the whole
knew it
year,
like
no,
that.
the whole year on and off. There's been times where she's shown up to games and stuff.
I just remember
and they
that
were
moment
pushing
when
it.
she sat with
'Cause
Nelly.
even up to the point where the series was like when there was like, okay, it's Boston and the Warriors. At the conversation started, oh, it's Nia Long versus Aisha Curry now. Like, which one's gonna get on Twitter first? Because
Nia has a
Nia has a record of saying
saying
things
stuff as well, and then
so does
obviously
Aisha.
Aisha.
So it was like it was all leading up to that. But I want to, it's
something.
it's something deep,
But
and
It said that it was consensual. So at least like
If it's consensual, then
Yeah.
it's deeper.
like what
I
happened?
think
Crazy
he
with my
fucked
thoughts.
somebody high up, or somebody that may not
They-
even be
they
a
showed a
part of the
picture of her.
organization. But like, no, they didn't show a picture.
No,
of her.
on Twitter there was a picture of
That's
her on
not
Twitter.
a picture of her.
No,
That
there
the
was- there
people
was
are
a picture of
speculating.
somebody.
People are speculating. They're like, this is the
they're
only
choosing, yeah.
this is the only girl on the coaching staff.
You
It's
don't
got to
know
be
who-
her. And
yeah.
I was just like,
It was like
leave
a
this
VP
woman
of player
alone.
operations or something like that.
just because you see a somewhat attractive woman on the organization, it's got to be her. Like, this woman could be minding her business and married. Who knows?
That's the thing. It's like the Boston Celtics. I feel like they put these women out to hang. Like they just because everyone's
They didn't put them out to hang. They're kind of protecting the woman at the same time as the public is putting them out to hang. Because in protecting her identity, if say she doesn't want to be exposed and go through the whole like media circuit and all that, because that's exactly what's gonna happen. It's like journalists are gonna be at her door the next day. So she might have asked the organization, keep my name out of it.
Then all these other women now are like people, like you said. people are-
Well, that's because people are just gonna speculate, bro. You know how
So-
people are; they can't be satisfied with not knowing. they gotta act like they know. You know what I mean?
So maybe what needs to be done is see what type of like management levels left, because maybe they
they're
left
departures.
ahead of time, like the woman left ahead of time, and now she's trying to like
Giving the
sue
internet
or
ideas.
something.
Actually, you know what? It can't be someone high up because whoever it was allegedly was making travel plans for both Nia and him every time he had a game. So the
an
woman you're
assistant.
having sex with is planning your wife's room.
It's an assistant, so it's like a so it's like a team manager
That's an
type
assistant,
vibe.
that's
Like
like
they had to have
Yeah.
at one point been in the same room.
Absolutely,
My
all
girl's
the
just
time.
talking to her, knowing, like just looking at it, like that's
Oh, that's so shady.
that is.
Apparently it was known. Like I read something that said like other people like it was kind of
They could assume.
yeah.
Nobody
Someone's going
fucks
down?
and doesn't flirt.
Yeah, so I mean, like
It's
the
a thing.
team,
Yeah.
like people around.
It's a work
that
wife.
were closer. Yeah, that's why.
It's a work
Or
wife.
it's like
situation.
some type of look that was given. You know what I mean? Like
You did something.
You know something that other people would pick up on.
He did something to piss this woman off. Because
Yeah.
there's no way she believed that he was gonna leave his wife and kid for her. They have a child that's 10 years old,
Yeah,
and they've been together, I think 11 years or 12 years. They've been engaged for 5, which is very odd once you factor in how much money they
Both
must be
people
making.
Yeah,
So I found that a little odd, but everybody has their thing. Who knows what the real reason is? But 10 days before the announcement, she had moved to Boston to look for a house with her son.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And she said
and
that
in those 10
and
days,
she
he
found
still didn't
out
tell her.
on the internet with everybody
With
else.
everybody else in those 10 days, even the man knew.
that
10
like,
days.
that it was coming out.
He
That's really
knows.
fucking shady. Like, you know what I mean?
Yo, it's
Like-
gonna be wild when she looks back and be like, "This nigga's been so nice since July." Like, so after July, the gifts ramped up.
You know, and that's why he was
sped things
probably
up.
like, "Yo, just move to
Move
Boston,
here, yeah.
like, come," you know. They be trying to.
That is manipulative.
Shady.
Bad.
Yeah, the way that Matt Barnes was making it sounded like it was crazy,
Fam.
especially knowing like
It's
Matt Barnes. Is
Matt
like,
Barnes,
Yeah.
bro.
Like,
this
this
man
is bad.
drove 5 hours angry to
Exactly.
fight his
That is the
ex-wife's
whole point.
new husband.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a man that can look at something and say it's toxic, and we're just like, yeah, it's probably not that bad.
Yeah.
This is deep. I don't know what happened. There might be a baby on the way. Who knows?
I didn't want to say it. I had
that's the only
speculative
thing
thoughts.
that I can assume, because it's like I said,
It was
there's no way she
consensual,
expects that the 10-year relationship is gonna fade, especially not when the woman's moving to Boston. So it's like you're not under the guise that they're in a bad place or anything like that. Excuse me.
But-
the only thing I can think of is getting pregnant and putting the pressure on this nigga.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
fe-
only thing.
And maybe when they found out, because he's a head coach, if she is somebody who's lower, then she might have got fired, like let go.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And so now she could be suing everybody. Now that would make sense why he would get suspended, because they're like, okay, she might be like, yo, if you don't,
He's a liability.
yeah, she might be like, oh, if you don't suspend him or like do some type of like action or whatever, then I'm going to make this like a public thing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sue you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
instead of just taking like the payout.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So that makes like a lot
That
of
could
sense.
very
Just give me
much
that
do it.
hush money
Because-
and let's keep it
But
moving.
it's on
Yeah.
him too, because he must have made some type of fantasy for her that she had to have felt comfortable, and she had to have believed that something more was really
I
going
think
to
that's
happen.
more likely than it being discovered and somebody.
No, I don't see it being discovered, because I think even a report said that she was the one that went to front office or something like that. So it's like, yeah, I don't know.
But
I don't know
so
what's
I
gonna
feel
come
like
of
if
this.
she did that, is because she was mad that he was like, okay, no, I'm not gonna take responsibility of the kid. I'm not gonna be with you. I'm sticking with like my person and my children and stuff like that. I see that happening. Like I see somebody being like, okay, I'm going to front office and telling that like we've been having sexual intercourse and you can't do that because you're somebody of power on top of that. So
The part I don't get is
fire him.
come back in a year and it's all supposed to be good. Like that's a weird
Yeah.
flag.
Yeah.
It's probably just because it's bad enough that you gotta reprimand him and come down strong off rip. But like he also brought you to the finals.
Yeah.
So let's just see how this thing plays out.
Plus, it's men handing it down. They're like,
And that too,
we know how it
you know
goes,
what I
brother.
mean?
We're sorry.
Yeah,
There's a
they're
woman,
like, listen,
you're
listen,
banned from
listen,
the
listen.
NBA forever,
Yeah.
in perpetuity.
They sat down having drinks and he were like, listen, man, this is a really fucked up situation, but we have to do something. Like, you know,
I'm sorry.
Like, it's the brand
Yeah.
that
brand,
is
baby.
at stake.
And you're
So,
black. It's not even like you're
yeah.
a white person in Boston.
You know?
I mean, if he was Brad Stevens, maybe, but you're an Adoka.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
the dope.
Yeah.
Go play with Masai. The Giants of Africa over there, buddy.
We'll gladly trade for Nurse.
That's hilarious. Oh man. Oh man.
Anyways, I feel sorry for you, Nia Long. Period.
People are like, it's Nia Long. I'm like,
Beyonce got cheated on. Like, everybody be getting cheated on. So it's like, at this point, I can't even be like, oh my God.
It's not really a surprise.
What the
It
fuck
can-
is you
yeah.
doing? You can't.
people
'Cause
need
it
to
just
start
be
realizing
happening.
that it's never about the person you're with.
Yeah.
It's about the person who did it.
That did it.
That's it. That's all it is.
So it was never Halle Berry's fault.
Never Hallie. Never Hallie.
mean-
I don't even know what that means, but
No, because Halle, like, you know, she has a track record of being like a little crazy.
oh no, those
With
were
her
Hallie's
men.
fault. Eric Benet had a problem though.
Yeah.
He was a sex addict.
yeah.
True.
That was a wild. The woman came home and saw two women in her lingerie. Do you know?
And her lingerie, I didn't know
They
that.
would
That's
never
crazy.
find my body. That's insane. That is insane. It's not even like you just had two women in the crib just chilling. Like you had them put on her panty.
Yo.
It's wild.
That's sick.
And you were gonna put it right back? This nigga is crazy.
Oh, that is.
Ew, and then she just wear it.
Just
like,
ringworm in the pum pum. Just BV all up in the pum pum.
I haven't heard about ringworm since I was 10.
You haven't been to Woodbine Beach since you were 10.
Jeez.
Speaking of ringworm, Ice Spice is. You thought I was feeling you?
Nigga, how much?
Why do people hate Ice Spice?
Because she can't rap
That's not true.
over
That's
over
not
her
true.
track.
That's not true either.
I don't. I
There's
think
a,
it's,
clearly
I
can rap
just-
if people are singing her songs.
I'm saying live when
Oh,
she's
live?
on stage
Well-
live. She's been having problems.
well,
as of
who
late.
doesn't have problems as a new
I
artist?
know, but I'm just saying that's
her
the
first
problem.
big performance was Rolling Loud in Toronto.
Yeah.
Like, you know how insane that is? Her second big performance, Rolling Loud in New York. Like, people need to give people grace. We talked about this with another artist like last year. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, we
where
did.
they were getting at the person.
Was
Coil
it
Ray.
Coil Ray? Yeah, Coil Ray.
Coil Ray, same
Because
thing.
the same shit happened with her. But like, look at Coil now. Like, all of her
better.
songs go like.
Hit
Platinum,
charts,
like-
hit charts, bro.
She has multiple platinums
And I
within
watched
like
the-
her first couple of years.
I watched a video of her. I think what she needs to do and what Ice Spice needs to do early
Mm-hmm.
is start vlogging. I think they need a. Coil Ray is like a Wiz Khalifa. Once you get to know her, like
No,
see
she,
her in
like-
other settings,
I've watched interviews.
Her personality is just so
That's what you're gonna get
infectious,
to.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're just gonna get attached to her. Because I watched a 5-minute clip today of remember that charity baseball game that happened with Bad Bunny
yeah.
a couple months ago. And she was in the game. She was on that team, and they had her mic'd up, and there's just like a 5-minute highlight reel of her throughout the whole game. And it's just
She's so funny,
She's
yeah.
the most entertaining person there, bro.
She in New
Yeah.
York. That's why.
Well, that is she New York?
Isn't she?
Oh, I
thought
mean,
she was like-
Benzino's New York.
She's Jersey, no?
I don't know.
I think she might be Jersey. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me
The
on that.
tri-state area.
Yeah, she probably the
I
tri-state.
feel like Ice Spice, like from what I've just seen, like people critique her as far as her performance goes, and she hasn't been like too kind to the criticism. Like she doesn't even let it be and not respond. Like she's ready to be like, "Oh, you're a hater." You know,
Well,
people are saying like some valid.
I wouldn't
critiques.
say it's not. I wouldn't say it's valid critiques in just the stage. Dog, every person with red hair or curly hair, you thought I was feeling you? You just see that meme nonstop. Dog, I wouldn't be nice to you guys. What?
And then the other thing is, I feel like they feel like the bend over, twerk, pussy pat move is kind of rinsed. She does that often.
Tell that to Meg the Stallion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she
The
raps.
hell? Dog, it looks like to me, let's hate on the light skinned girl.
It
Nah.
is.
It really looks. I don't
I
think
have
if
seen-
Ice Spice is dark skinned, I don't think any of this happens.
So
I know.
I think people are rooting
I
for
know
her.
dog lovers hate her. That's for sure. After the footage,
That
of
wasn't her.
That wasn't her.
No, see what I'm talking about?
What you talking about?
People, I can't believe people
wow.
fall for this
That-
stuff.
that wasn't
Like
real.
this is.
No,
I
no.
watched that video, bro. Okay, so just to preface this, there's a video going around of some curly red haired girl swinging her dog around steps. Like she's going up the steps of her project building, and she literally whips the dog while it's on a leash, small dog, whipping him around the steps. Like he's not even on the ground. He's literally in the air.
Yeah.
And they put Ice Spice's Wildin' or whatever. I'm like, this is, come on, man.
It's
Because
a
people are
joke.
really going to believe this.
and Peter's
Brands
really,
are going to believe
no,
this. She's
Peter's
gonna
gonna
lose-
come after her.
She's going to lose money.
Nobody wants Peter after
She
her.
might lose out on money because people might actually
Think
believe
it?
that that's her.
But I also
She's from New
I-
York.
okay,
No
so-
building even looks like that in New York. I was like,
Yeah,
oh
word,
my
word.
God.
I will say that I did see the whole light skin conversation on Twitter after she performed, and they were like, "Oh, why do we continually put these light skinned girls,
Light skin
who
mediocrity.
aren't super talented, in the spotlight and all that other stuff?" So. It's one of those conversations, and I don't know enough about Ice Spice. Like, obviously, her song is fucking popular. And I'd seen the one conversation where she was booked for clubs, and they all agreed that, $4,000 was going to be what she got paid. And then the
They said
week
that rate is
of,
no longer,
they're like, "Oh, no, sorry, now it's 15,000.
But I feel like
That's a hike for one song,
That's not-
but
I feel like
It's not that unrealistic of a hike when you have the song of the summer.
no, I get it, but
Who cares?
Well, from
She
what I-
canceled the shows and gave them back their
gave them
money,
money
so
back
they can't
too,
say
yeah.
nothing.
Oh, okay.
She squared it. Her team squared it off
Yeah.
like very legally. Like
But
it's
I
not
could
like they just
understand
left
why
them
somebody
hanging
would-
and dry.
I could understand why somebody be mad if you
I can't.
if you already locked in and you have a contract saying like you're gonna perform at $4,000 and then you come back like no, I'm $15,000 now. Like at that moment, yes, I would be mad. But
mad.
if
I'm
she'd
not
be
gonna-
like, oh, here's the
I would not be
$4,000
mad.
back, I'm just not coming. If you can't,
She's not
meet
even
my,
paying just the
like,
4,000.
rating.
She's paying the 4,000 plus penalty. So they're making they're
whatever
making the
breach
money
in
that
their
they would have been
contract. Yeah,
spending
yeah.
and making more without her even performing. And these are not like
How do you know there's
big
a
time
penalty?
because there's a penalty for any contract that you sign when you, especially if you're gonna do a performance and there's no emergency reason that you could provide for backing out of said agreement. You got to pay a penalty, like an interest. It's not even like anything too crazy, but the guys that are throwing these events are local guys. It's not like
Yeah.
Live Nation or anything. If she had done something like that, she might get sued.
Yeah.
It would be even a bigger penalty. So like whoever
I bet you
put that
they didn't
together
even
for
have-
her.
They probably didn't even have real contracts where they got more.
Well, this is the thing. Whoever put her onto these shows that early were clearly trying to take advantage of her. So it doesn't even like there's no one that's really losing in this. That's a good person or was looking out or anything like that. Her quote went up as it should because the song is just everywhere, nonstop. And I've heard the girl's music. She has other songs that are better than that one.
So that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, let's hope she's not a CJ.
Exactly, right?
CJ was oh my God. I can't believe I was fooled.
Whooped it.
Yeah.
But
But
like, I feel like these TikTok artists or like artists who pop off like social media or whatever, they're missing something that the old school artists have, which is like you
Artist development.
Artist development. A&R, you go through that process, right? And they don't have that. So they get tossed into these environments. Cool, make your money, but they're not ready for the
Well,
stage.
because they're
They
going
don't have
from-
the stage
they're going
presence.
they went from the trap to the.
We've seen it a million times, bro. Listen,
I mean,
always
they were
point
dissing
back to-
Drake when he first performed on television, looking down. Oh, he looks down too much. He looks nervous on stage.
The
Rah, rah,
Weeknd?
rah.
Oh my
You know,
gosh!
everybody
When I
got
seen The
it.
Weeknd
Everybody.
open- When I saw the Weeknd open for Drake at OVO Fest back
Hugging-
in I don't
hugging
even
a-
know 2000, I was just like, what the fuck are you doing?
His Mod Club
dog?
performance.
Like,
Go look at the videos from the Mod Club
remember.
he
performance.
ran off the stage.
That was the first
like-
time anyone had ever seen him. The man just sounds so nervous. And like, you got to give these people grace. A lot of people talking shit have never and can never and will never touch a stage in front of that many people in their life, much less to recite a song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say all the lyrics. Say it in a way that's entertaining.
I guess you have to just take it for what it is. If you know somebody's really early into it, like you can't expect a high quality, like flawless, fucking Beyonce performance from somebody.
I think
who's
people have
never
a-
done this shit before.
Yeah.
I think people have a misconception on how you get famous. I think they think that because they see so many of their friends that have been grinding as creators for years, they think a Donald Trump can't come in with no experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, realistically, it takes nothing to become famous.
Well, with the internet now and like TikTok specifically,
yeah.
like you could blow up overnight and then all of a sudden labels, they'll see this and they're just like, shit, like let's jump on this and they'll sign these people
That's
and
what I
then
mean,
they'll
like-
push that shit and there isn't any artist development until it's later when everything slows down and you're like, all right, fuck, we have to do something with
Like,
this
I don't
person.
think Ice Spice was expecting to be like this lit this early. Like this happened so fast. So
I
think
don't know. Because there's a thing. When we talked to Baka about it earlier, Drake's vision, right? We're now hearing and seeing videos of her. She did an interview where she talks about how Drake flew her and her team out for OVO Fest. OVO Fest happened way before any of us knew about this song.
She was there, yeah.
The man is already in her DM saying, yo, you're sick. So it's like,
I mean, wasn't the song already bubbling in
Nope.
New York though?
I mean,
well, maybe.
Yeah, because
It
New
might
York
have
always
been.
bubbles
I
in
will
their
say I
own
didn't know about
artists.
that.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
might have been bubbling there, but for him to even know, like, oh, this is gonna take off, because look how many songs probably bubble over there. There's a lot of regional music that never makes it out, and for her, he's just like, oh yeah, he just knew that this is gonna work, and he didn't even. The
I
DMs
seen
didn't
the
come out.
pictures.
The screenshot of the DM didn't even come out
No,
until the song was
recently.
bumping.
Yeah.
So it's not even like she used that for clout and like then the song took off. Like you can't even say that. So
Somebody, I remember seeing screenshots of people saying he unfollowed her after
I saw that.
he brought her out.
Make anything into a headline. I don't know.
I don't know who fucking keeps track of that shit. Like, get bills, bills. Like,
Follow unfollow headline is such a weak one. Like, there's
It's
many,
so random. Like you're just like, let me just go see if this person is still following this person.
yeah, exactly.
You know?
yeah, no. I feel like we just need to give her grace. Like, she's a brand new artist. Like I said, she just got her first 2 performances under her belt. I don't know if anybody should be just speaking on her performance ability just yet.
Now you got me thinking. Who was the last like really light skinned female rapper?
Really light skinned female rapper,
Coyle Ray
Mulatto,
Coyle
Coyle
Ray.
Ray,
Oh, yeah, okay.
Lotto.
Yeah.
Big Lotto. Her
She
name
got-
means light skin.
Big Lotto got a lot of heat. Coyle Ray's gotten a lot of heat too.
I feel like before that, I could only think of like Charlie Baltimore or something like.
What?
A long time ago. Murder
Light
Inc.
skin and rap for
You know?
women. There's a bunch, but like they're not the most popping. Like obviously Young M.A., but I don't think people really just like look at her for sex appeal.
Yeah, it's different.
Some
not
people
like-
do.
But it's like, thing, though, it's like 2 different things though. Like just being light skinned and then sex appeal is different though.
I think
No, they're just saying it's like you know how I don't know.
just for
I don't even
women,
wanna
just
say,
for
'cause
women,
it's so
female
stupid.
artists, like it's expected that it's a sex appeal thing that gets you there. For Young M.A., she had a hot song that parlayed into us realizing, oh shit, she can rap. Like
Yeah.
it's not even just a one-time thing. She got bars.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
know. I know a couple girls that be like, "Yo, I need to go to Young M.A.," and they're like, not, you know, they don't swing that way, but they're something about Young M.A.
Oh, yeah,
where they're
no,
just
that's what I'm
like,
saying.
yo,
No, yeah.
like I love seeing her on
Yeah.
stage
Oh,
and
yeah.
shit like that, you know.
Yeah, at one point she was
Where
Denzel
they're
out
like,
here.
"Yo, I
man.
have a
She
crush."
she was fucking up the streets. She was fucking up the streets. And she's had some baddies. Her
Yeah.
roster.
Young M.A. is taking a couple girls.
Hey man, she's taking some of Nick Cannon's girls down. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Nick Cannon for having his
11th.
no, yeah, so he has 11.
about to say
There's
9.
2 still coming.
Another-
but it's
number
his
11.
9th one,
Right.
but 11 in total.
Remember the Phil Jackson? How he has like the photo with all the rings.
Oh God, gotta hold the babies like that.
He's gonna sell it to People.
He's gonna put
People
4
magazine or Essence.
4 of those pacifiers. Gotta take the Khaled suffering from success. Suffering from conception.
Yeah.
That's crazy. One of his baby moms this week. I think
This week.
I think
This week's baby mom.
this week's this week on Cannon's moms.
baby moms.
One of them, one of them was complaining that they've been up for 2 nights in a row or 2 days in a row because the baby keeps crying and won't sleep. And someone was like, "Oh, why don't you get like a night aid? Hire like a night aid for them?" And she's like, "You paying for it?" And people ran with that.
man.
People ran with that. They're like, "Hold on."
Are
on.
you paying for it?
People
Like-
said that because a lot of men, when women are like online saying this is irresponsible, he shouldn't be doing this. How's he gonna be a proper father? A lot of men were like, "That's Nick Cannon. That nigga got the money. He could provide."
Yeah.
Blah blah. People were like, "Wait." So I thought Nick Cannon could provide. He can't buy you a little a babysitter for the night.
Yeah.
And they just went crazy on her. Like,
She opened herself up.
yeah, just don't even respond.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't even respond because
I
no one's
will
gonna
say,
understand.
So I know one of his baby moms, and we've had a conversation recently, just about what I've been going through with this whole postpartum thing and stuff like that. And then she threw in her like 2 cents about it, and she said that with her partner, which is Nick,
Partner.
yeah, that's what
fucking
she
hate
said.
that
She was
word
like,
so
partner. She was like, until she actually spoke up and said what she needed from him, she didn't get it. So she said she was really struggling and she was really down and had like the baby blues and stuff like that. And until she communicated that she needed assistance in certain ways or whatever, it was when he actually provided everything to her.
Why did it take so long for her to just say something though?
I don't know.
Right, probably.
But
Well, he's got.
well, I mean,
he's
I'm
got to
sure.
spread out
I'm not
his.
saying like he probably didn't like obviously he probably did the basics, but for her, she was probably needing more, especially when you're dealing with like postpartum depression. Not everybody gets it.
Was this her first?
Yeah, and she had 2 at once. She had twins.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
So it's like, okay, yeah, like, you know.
And it's not like they're all living in one compound, like some sister
Nick.
wives in
Like,
a
move them into a village or some shit, nigga.
I was gonna say, is this big love?
He
Is
got
this
the
block, block the block. Okay?
He's got to get
And hop
culty.
from house to
He's
house
got
to
to get
house.
culty with this. Just buy a village,
Yeah.
and put them in the village.
Yeah.
Because the very least, like things like that. There's certain things the dad's got to be around to know to use initiative. You know what I mean? You can't be on road and use initiative.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like he is so busy, right? So it's like, how is he supposed to know what she actually needs on a day-to-day basis? Of course, he bought her a new car to make sure, like a new and a bigger car to make sure she can get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Sure, she paid his rent. He
Resource
recently
and
just
finance.
bought her a whole like big house because she's pregnant again with his baby. But like there was other things that I guess she might have needed. She might have needed a night nurse that she never had before, and he just assumed that, like, you know, she was fine with it, or like, you know, the sister was gonna help or something like that. And then, but she also did say that like he's been so supportive. I think now that she's actually communicated that she needs him to do X, Y, and Z. And she says that no matter how big his, like, crazy his schedule is, he always makes time to show up to, like, the sensory classes and doctor's appointments and whatever. He'll be like, all right, like, let me clear this part of my schedule so that I can be there.
Does he have relations with these girls before he knocks them up, or does he just start having relationships after they're
it's a
pregnant?
polyamorous relationship.
So I don't know about like all of them, but I do know with her that they were in, they had some type of relationship partnership, and like she was aware of everything. And then she ended up getting pregnant, and she actually ended up getting pregnant before, and she had a miscarriage, and she never shared that until after she was a certain. I mean, I guess after she had the babies, the twins, is when she shared that she had been with him for a while. They connected through her old job because she used to be a radio personality. So they would.
Oh my God, it's Angie Martinez. Oh my God.
They ran through the same circles or whatever, you know, and they had been together and got pregnant, and then she lost a baby, and then they purposely tried to have the 2 twins that they have. Wow. So it was very intentional for their relationship. Their relationship just didn't happen. Unlike he has said that when his son died last year, a lot of people just came out the woodworks just giving him pussy, and that's how he's gotten wrapped up and ended up having
grieving pokes.
Yeah, he got grieving vagina from a lot of people, and he was like, that's why he has so many babies.
Yeah, if I'm grieving, I'm not pulling out. I'm not honest. I don't have the strength. I don't have the strength. Take me.
Yeah.
Take me as you will.
I thought it was like a thing where it's like, man, I don't want to use a condom, but if you get pregnant, then just know I'll take care of it.
Evidently, he doesn't use a condom.
No. Hopefully, that's not how it went. The fuck? That is insane. Just having a baby because you couldn't reach in the drawer is insane.
It's been said that he doesn't necessarily use condoms out, and it's evident.
Clearly.
That's stress though.
He's gone on record. You know his show. He has gone on record and has said that like condoms not really his thing, but he was like, yo, I go to the doctor's like every other day, like I'm always getting checked and stuff like that because people are like, what about the diseases and all that other shit?
No, I'm good.
But if somebody catches a disease, you go to the doctor. It's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late. I don't care what pill, and not all of these diseases just go away.
Yeah. No, but he's trying to say that he's clean.
Well, yeah. What else is he gonna say? The fuck? I'm riddled. I'm riddled with it. Yeah. No. That's God bless.
What's very interesting is I hear how Nick Cannon moves about and everything, and I recently was listening to Joey Badass talk about semen retention and how he moves. I don't know if you guys talked about
I seen that.
We haven't talked about it, but
I've heard
semen retention?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's basically saying he retains his semen, so he's not even trying to bust. Even when he does have sex,
Oh, nigga.
He's saying this. This is what he's saying.
Enough. I hate niggas trying to be different. Stop this shit, man. What? Even when I have sex, I'm not gonna.
Yeah. He says it's a thing, like, because, you know, the woman wants to make sure he's good, and he comes, and he's just like, no, it's not you. I'm just retaining my
Who's
seed.
explaining that?
But what was his
fucking
reason
time,
for it?
It has something to do
He's
with
not
this.
keeping a woman like that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. There's no woman that's gonna be like, okay, I get it. Like, keeping it for yourself.
he just-
like, no,
he feels like
nigga,
if
the
he's
fuck?
in control of that, he can be in control in other parts of his life as well.
Yo,
I mean, that
hate
would
this
be the
shit.
hardest thing
I
to
hate
control,
this
though.
shit.
That would be the hardest thing to
But
control.
it's not controlling it if he's still having sex. He's
no,
still
but
indulging.
it's the controlling of nutting. Like, just
Who
knowing,
gives a fuck?
knowing that
You already having sex, nut, nigga.
I know, but it's the act of knowing that you can do that.
That is
I guess
stupid
that
as
might.
fuck.
Hey,
He's
man,
not- he's
That's like
definitely
taking
not
a
selfish.
fork,
That's for
putting the food to your mouth and going, I knew I could refuse it.
No, but
The fuck? Nigga, you gonna starve. Eat.
but it's not about just food.
I have the control. Suck my dick.
Control for like bad foods or alcohol or like weed.
Yes.
Instead, he's just
So if
controlling
you have the ability to pull out of a woman multiple times, don't you think you've passed by now? You've tested your
And,
control.
and let's also remember pre-cum is a thing, so he is nutting
He says that he has wet dreams and all of that stuff, but he also
because
says,
his balls are like,
if,
please, we're too full. There's no vacancy. Let us out. Please.
It's like his groundskeeper
We're in
Willie.
the shaft. We're supposed to be in
It
the
won't hold, Captain.
The well is full.
There's just fucking Hodor at the center of his dick. Just, hold the door. Hold the door. That is fucking
Of course, he's
insane.
having wet dreams.
So does he like
The
when
magic
does
school
he
bus could be in his
release?
dick
At
for
all?
the
Like,
past
never?
month.
That's why he's That's why the man's having wet
Nigga,
dreams.
the magic school
And-
bus
and
could
he
be
doesn't-
stuck in his dick, just waiting for him to erupt.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't jerk off
No,
because
he doesn't. But he's
Oh no, he jerks off, but he stops
no,
himself
he doesn't
right
even do
before.
that. He doesn't do that. He's saying he will have sex, but he doesn't, come. But he also mentioned something about like he's not willing to spill his seed and waste his. I can't remember the great word. he used.
Just grow dreadlocks. Just grow dreadlocks and move to the mountains. Just
the man
just go.
He doesn't want to waste
So he
the
said- so he
millions
said that
upon millions of
sometimes
regenerated sperm.
he will have a conversation like if you're gonna have it. I don't know. He used sustenance or something like that, and that means ingesting it. So you can only imagine the beautiful words he's using to say "give me head and swallow" is the other thing that he does as an alternative sometimes. But semen retention, he's big on.
Wait, what's the alternative? He's swallowing what?
No, he's not swallowing.
No.
That's other
She's
people
swallowing what?
swallow.
I mean him.
So wait.
But like I don't know. He kind
That's
of
weird. See, that's where
So
it gets
I'll
weird.
nut off head, but I will not come
because
during
he doesn't wanna
vaginal.
waste- he doesn't want to like put it in a condom and throw it away. He doesn't want to just like come on your back and wipe it off. It's either it's gonna
This
be
nigga's a serial killer.
He also doesn't want to get anyone
Potentially
pregnant.
get somebody
Is that what
pregnant?
it
that's
is?
probably
Really?
also number one.
That's
That's definitely number one.
Like you Jamaican. That's first of all. It's only a matter of time, brother. It's only a matter of
and
time.
I swear, the first time he has sex, instantaneously she'll be pregnant.
Oh, there's no
100%.
way. Yeah.
That first nut after holding it on
It's
that
gonna be a
nut.
Sparta
He's gonna
nut,
be like,
dog. That's gonna
Increasing
be.
his
He's gonna sound like that
fertility,
guy that came out of jail. Remember that porn where the guy
Yeah.
comes out of jail and he nuts for the first time? He's just like for like 10 minutes. Nigga turned Super Saiyan, bro. That boy charged up. Oh my
porn. You
god.
looked at it and be like, remember that porn?
Because he knows what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm talking about. That boy be watching. Hey.
I didn't know PE stood for friggin' preserving ejaculate. Like,
That's nuts, dog. That is nuts. I believe in the complete opposite. I think there is such thing as semen manifestation.
Semen
I think the more you nut and you think about what you want in that exact moment,
oh, see manifestation.
you'll get it. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
talk to him. Little bars. I don't think
Today's
your
title.
mind's clearer than that moment.
That's a fact.
I don't think your mind's clearer than that moment. I've read up on this. There's people that practice this shit for real. And when they nut, I remember there's this girl who said it and the video was going around and people were like, yo, this girl's fucking psychotic. And I was like, no, she gets it. Shorty said, I don't nut to sex. I nut to my success. So she's like, when I come, I visualize myself with money. I visualize myself with this and that. And she said after she started doing that, money like was like a magnet to her. It just kept coming.
So you're saying jerk off with purpose.
She said that when you're about
Focus
to
on
nut,
something
right? When you're about to nut,
specific
you're not
that you
thinking
want.
about nothing else but that moment right there. So when you nut and you think about just one other thing and you focus on that one thing, your mind there's no clearer manifestation power than that, apparently.
Because I thought you were gonna say like have the contracts on the table, nut, and make a decision immediately.
Yes,
Like,
yeah. Listen, hey, any show I've been to beforehand, you know it. Knock that one out. You feel me? Got to get the nerves out somehow.
You don't have something on the
Don't
soundboard
dap
for
me
that?
at shows, nigga. Don't dap me at
my
shows. I don't wash
God.
my hands. I like to keep it all natural.
Part of your spirit.
Thinking about success while you nut. That's an amazing concept, though. That's a good practice.
Listen, hey, try it
Norm
out.
Smart
I'm
now.
not saying it doesn't work.
Come back if he wins.
We're gonna cut that one out.
I ain't cutting out shit.
Oh man, we're gonna get in trouble.
You're not. It wasn't. It's not your fault that we know.
Yeah, we
So
found out
that's
before you.
It's
you
not
told
your
it
fault that
today.
we know.
Okay, wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are saved. Speaking of not nutting,
But yes, success is coming my way.
No, speaking of nutting, the baby.
I don't want to talk about the baby. I don't want to talk about the baby.
Having sex with Megan.
I don't want to talk about the baby. That nigga could.
Wait, didn't he steal a song from a Toronto
Layla
artist too?
Hendrix, yeah, she's
Allegedly,
saying,
he stole Boogeyman from the girl. The beat is. Excuse me. The beat is definitely the same but different. But Boogeyman is interesting because that's the name of her original track. But she's also an artist that gave it to somebody, which you don't do unless things are put in place. So it's a young artist mistake. She'll learn from it, and she's talented enough to make tons more of those.
And
So.
she's from Toronto?
No, I believe she's from Calgary. I think.
Oh yeah, but she lives out here.
I think she
Yeah,
moved
she's been
here.
living out here. She's from,
Yeah.
she moved to Ottawa, and I think she moved over here.
I like her videos.
Layla Hendrix.
Her
What's her
music
name?
videos, Layla Hendrix.
She's,
Oh.
yeah.
Her music videos with her girls and shit is dope. It's dope.
dope.
She's fire.
She even wrote for Baca on one of his songs, I believe.
Oh, look at that full circle.
I
Full
was just
circle.
gonna say.
But yeah, back to not nutting. Erica Banks. Erica Banks. Erica Banks said in a video this week that when she goes to the club, skinny girls are not allowed to come with her. Ugly girls are not allowed to come with her. She only wants some thick, bad bitches, right? Yeah,
You have to pull her
I
up.
mean, no. When somebody says that, you gotta look what they look like. What does she look like to be making these
I want
demands?
to check out her body.
And
But she's
honestly-
really short, like, so I feel like she
really tiny.
could.
She looks-
Really tiny.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
really tiny. The internet got at her immediately and said,
Oh, yeah.
"Weren't you built like a fridge 3 months ago?" So there's that. This is the thing. It's like you really can't forget where you come from because people will always remind you. Like, I think she got her body done and stuff. And to be honest, when I first saw the video and she said that, I was like, "Duh." Because I've been watching women move like that my entire life.
Yeah.
This is
And
something
it's-
you think, you don't say. You're,
I see it all the time. I'm like, I guess this is just the order of things.
Yeah.
There's a hierarchy of sexiness. This is how it goes. It's been like that since I was in literally grade school. Whoever the girl that got the most boys liking them, there's certain caliber of girls that stick around that girl.
Yeah.
And they don't let in a certain caliber of girls that come around them. And they're mean to certain girls. I've seen it all, right? And nothing changes when you get into the club atmosphere, when you get into any of these spaces. So she said that, and women were just disgusted. How could you?
because you have to be online when you hear
Oh, you gotta be online.
online.
God,
What's
damn,
fucked up is
bro.
she put it. I think she put it on her close friends on Instagram story.
Someone,
Yeah, it
she
was
put on
her
her close
homies.
friends and one of her homies.
Whoever
And
was
was
her
like,
yo,
close
fuck
friend
this
is
bitch.
not a close friend.
Somebody skinny and ugly on her close friends.
She didn't invite me out in a minute.
Wait a minute.
That's what you think of me? And just dropped it to the blogs. But it's so stupid. Like, if that's what you want, okay, because she
Don't
says
say
she was
it.
like, I have skinny friends. Like, regular friends, whatever, that I hang out with or I'll do other things with. But when I'm in the club, I just want these thick girls who are going to shake some ass. And it's like, why even bother saying it? Just fucking do it. If that's what you want to do, then just fucking do it. But it's stupid. Like, I
think she said she said on her close friends, right? Mm-hmm. And like with something like that, my immediate thought was like, she was saying that for a guy. I don't think you say that for women to hear, because I don't think you expect women to take
What's
that.
What's the point, though, if you're saying to the men?
Nicely? The point is that, if y'all niggas are going out, I got some thick bitches that are going to shake some ass in your bottle booth.
And you think she's Erica Banks, right? So
what does that mean?
I don't know.
Bust it.
Oh, that's who she is?
That's who she is.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Now name her second song. Third? No? Nobody?
There was a remix, right?
Hey, who knows? My point is, first of all, like, you don't, even if you feel this way, you don't say that shit out loud. No. Like, there's no point in posting it. But I will not act like there's not truth to what she's saying.
No, it happens.
And a lot of women are acting like they're all saints. Yeah. Like, and for me, a lot of the times, I can judge what kind of conversation I'm about to have based on a girl and her friends. Like, if there's one girl in the crew that's bad and the rest of them are just average looking or just not my type, I'm already like, she's probably down to earth. She's probably a real humble girl, probably a real good person. Because it's the same thing.
Super fine, then it's like,
if it's all super fine, got those same heel shit, little mini clutch and shit. I'm like,
all they're talking about is how they can get money for men, the photos that they post, the filters. It's
a lot. And just go ahead.
I was just thinking, like, with the close friends thing, because I think I do. I made a close friends thing on Instagram. I've used it maybe twice. I don't use it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we say things with our chest out.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know who you're supposed to put on the close friends.
I don't share private things like that.
Exactly.
And if they're really your close friends, they would have already seen it because they follow you because you're their close friend.
I put that in the group chat.
Exactly. Well, guys, but that's the thing. Like, guys have I feel like guys have group chats more than girls do.
Absolutely.
Do you guys have like a lot of group chats? No, see, I don't have like any.
That's crazy.
We have like four. I got 4 or 5.
Y'all niggas be in group chat. Yeah, like fucking GC be having hella group chats. I'm like, yo, why is your phone going off at 4 a.m? He was like, it's the group chat. They just keep talking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is a group chat? Like, I don't have one. The only group chat I'm in is with you guys.
God damn.
I'm the only girl.
Women are not group chatting.
If we have a group chat, it's because we like say it was like 3 of us and we're specifically have to talk about a specific thing all together, we'll make the group chat and then never use it again.
Girl, look at this picture. Screenshot.
So
that's what group chats are.
The group chat thing is that. So like,
you guys got the bathroom. That's your group chat.
the public bathroom.
The women's bathroom.
I watched a video this week of how men become friends. It was the funniest fucking shit ever, dog. I was dying, bro.
Before we go into this, because you're like, you don't know what the close friends are supposed to be used. Like, I don't know. I use my close friend. Well, I don't really right now, but before it was like when I was doing more personal things with my man and like my pregnancy shit. And at first, before I showed my baby, I put it there, right? Yeah. That's the type of stuff that I use. But I seen a video from this white girl that said she was with her friend and her friend was the one that hipped her to this thing that close friends are actually to find one night stands. So for like the girls or guys or vice versa, you're supposed to put potentials. So her friend would go and put like all these guys in the close friends and she would post anything like literally they posted one time.
It's OnlyFans for Instagram.
One time like the 2 girls were putting together a fucking shelf and she posted like a thing of that and somebody hit her up like
being getting that green.
Well, this is the thing, right? You can if you put
like,
something
do you want to
there
fuck?
That's like
I'm here.
Some people
I'm in your city.
Ludicrous things in there. And will charge.
No,
I've seen people literally charge
to
people
be a part
of their close friends.
B. Simone does that.
So there was a girl that she started stripping. And so she's like, "Oh, if you want to follow me on my stripper journey, then you can pay me set X amount, and I'll let you into my close friends."
Marlon, so this isn't what like I know what you're talking about, like how they'd show maybe like more private photos and shit like that. Yeah, like I've seen that, but this was specifically like guys will just DM being like, "Oh, I'm in your city, let's fuck." And they purposely just
No,
use
I
it
get that.
for one night stands, and you don't have to like show ass, titties, nothing like that. You could post like a black, and
You're just
people are
tagging
that
people
one
as
whenever
those- yeah.
whenever you post in that close friends, that means that you are looking for somebody to
That's
fuck
for
with.
them, whoever that is that you spoke to. That's not how everybody uses
No,
it.
that's like it was a video that went viral on TikTok, and then she was like, you read the comments, and it's like people are like, yeah, like they all agree. So maybe that's just like white Instagram.
Yeah, maybe that's white-
how they use
white
it. Because
Instagram.
I never knew that. Like I've never seen it.
Crazy stuff. Like I heard if you wear pineapples, that means like you're in like swingers clubs or something like that.
Yeah.
There's different codes on Instagram for sure, especially in the bio. When women, especially you see a woman have like you're like, okay, you're from Toronto. Not one picture's in Toronto. And then she has like a little plane emoji in her bio.
Fly out ting.
Fly me out.
She's shit in Dubai. That's what she does.
Fly me out.
Wow. The pineapple thing, I seen the story of how you know how there's been a lot of fights on cruise ships? And they're saying because when you go on a cruise ship, if you put a pineapple hanging upside down, or there's like, I don't know, a symbol or something like that outside of your
down to
door,
swing.
that means that you are down to have a menage a trois. And so that's why there's been so many fights on the cruise ships, because sometimes like shit goes wrong with the little
Ratios
threesomes, foursomes, or whatever. People get like, you know, butt hurt. Somebody goes and fucks somebody. Like they all have sex together, and then two people are like, "Oh shit!" Like I just want to
This
fuck
is
with
crazy.
you, and now their man found out, and they're fighting. Like, so yeah, that's what the upside down pineapples
than a
were meaning.
pineapple to do a menage a trois.
But then also,
Nigga, this is insane. These niggas got code emojis
Yeah.
to fuck. This is
when I saw that, I started laughing because a couple months ago I went to dinner at my dad's house, and he was talking about pineapples because, I don't know, he has this chandelier. We were talking about interior design and shit. And he has this chandelier that looks like pineapples. And he was like, pineapples means you're welcome. And we were like, what the fuck are you talking about? We didn't believe him. And he was like, yeah, that's why when you go to like certain places, you'll see outside like them going to walking down the driveway, or driving down the driveway, or walking to the door, you'll see pineapples there, or things that look like pineapples. It's because it's a welcoming symbol. And I was like, you're fucking lying. We all thought he was like so stupid, and then we Googled it, and it was fucking
No,
true.
I believe it now, 'cause now
I
in
was
hindsight,
like,
I
what?
do, yeah, a lot of like welcome mats or things like that. I've seen home decor that incorporates a pineapple. I swear to God.
Yeah.
So maybe
then-
that's like,
so
hey,
that's why the upside
mess-
down one.
You want to I'm welcome you into this
Yeah.
sexual.
I'm welcome you into my pussy. That's the thing, the upside down one.
This is the weirdest episode of Body Break I've ever been on.
yeah, I see that.
You get it?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Absolutely do not understand any of this.
No.
Y'all took this
It's
pineapple
just-
makes your cum taste better to a whole different stratosphere. Like it's gone out of hand, or pussy. I don't know what it's gotten out of. It's just not where it was. Speaking of pussy, Tiffany Haddish can't keep a job. All the jobs are gone after the video resurfaced and the allegations came out. She's lost all of her things. Do you think she deserves that? The email Udoka?
I didn't see it. I kind of read up a little bit on it. I just feel like with something like from what I understand, what happened, like
It's not good.
it's not good.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
It's not good.
It wasn't even.
Granted, she plays very minor part in it, but a part nonetheless.
Yeah,
So it's like,
I think there should probably be some type of consequences.
Exactly.
well, there's consequences. She lost all her money.
No. I'm saying like, cause you're like, does she deserve it?
You mean
like,
consequences,
She definitely
like-
deserves some type of consequence. I don't know if she needs to not work for the rest of her.
Those are the consequences, though, when you don't
Her
have
life
like
now?
a boss per se. It's like the boss is the industry. You know what I mean? And like all your opportunities are your boss.
Honestly, she's probably just gonna lose for now and then
Exactly.
whatever.
She's gonna sit down for a
You
second.
know?
I wouldn't say that. She's a black woman, man. I don't know.
True.
It's not as. It's
If
not
it
as
was a
easy.
white man,
If it was a white woman or a
obviously
white
doesn't
man, they
matter.
could come back in 15, 20 years if they wanted to.
I
With
mean,
Tiffany, I just feel bad because of, like, obviously you know, it's not right that she did that. But also at the same time, I do realize she was very, very broke. She was homeless. I don't know what her situation was making that video. Who knows if she was on her very last. And now something like that has come back to bite her after all the hard work she's done. And
It's
I think
a
after everything
situation.
she's done, I think, yeah, obviously, like you said, there should be consequences, but I don't think she should be losing everything. You know what I mean?
Did she already make a public apology and all that?
Yeah.
She did.
But it also points
bad
to
taste, yeah.
it also points to how Hollywood views her. She's not a
She's not a
she's
staple.
disposable.
not a staple.
She is.
She's very disposable. They don't feel like she hasn't
It's a
put
love-
herself in a Kevin Hart position where it's like they tried to get rid of him and people are like still like that's Kevin Hart. We're gonna chill out.
The thing
So,
is that there's such a love-hate relationship. You either love her or you don't like her, you know? Or
I'm
you're
not
just
a
like
big fan.
or you just like yeah.
I'm not a big fan of her. I think a lot of the reason why she has been successful is she amplifies black stereotypes
She's a caricature.
that white people enjoy and already expect from us. A loud black woman that's bringing chicken to the fucking Met Gala, like little things like that just rub me the wrong way. And I don't like people that tap dance. I'm just for me. And like I said, I'm not in her boat. I don't know why she chooses to do what she chooses to do. I wouldn't choose to do those things. And I don't think she's that
I don't
funny.
think it helps when Aries Spears is like doubling down, like fuck everybody.
Well,
just-
he's the reason why this even happened, if we be very real.
Yeah.
His comments on Lizzo, completely inappropriate, disrespectful, unnecessary, and unprovoked. Nobody even knows you anymore, nigga. Like, you're out there doing whatever. And
know, if
he
he-
wanted a spotlight moment.
If he doesn't really give a fuck, then he should use that time to be like, "Hey, this is all on me. Don't let
think he's a
this
good person.
affect
That's
me."
Yeah.
You think he's a good person.
But he's evidently not.
Nobody with them those raccoon eyes
my God.
are a good
Definitely.
person. That boy hasn't slept in years.
Definitely not.
Yeah, no.
And it sucks for her though because she's had such a the last couple like I don't know if it was
Years.
a year I guess. She's just been having some bad press, you
Clubhouse.
know, some
Yeah.
things that she's been doing.
Arguing over people, over Dr. Sebi, and telling COVID
And then I
doctors
seen-
that they were wrong on Clubhouse and shit.
Recently, she went to like a LA Dodgers game, and there was a fan that was like freaking out over her, and she started like mocking her. And mind you, that the fan was very extra, and didn't know how to like have boundaries because she wanted to take a picture with Tiffany, and then she tried to kiss Tiffany, and Tiffany was like, "What the fuck?" But before that, she was mocking her the whole time, right?
I think she was feeling herself because a couple of interviews she did. Somebody said something to her like inappropriately, or it was like one of those microaggression racism moments, and she kind of called it out. And people were like, "Yeah, Tiffany, yeah," like they were championing
she
her.
got on her
so
high
she started
horse.
feeling herself.
Right.
Started feeling herself, yo. Oh man, poor Tiffany.
Oh well.
Poor that.
Next.
I mean, if she still has the support from the rest of Hollywood,
Kevin Hart got her
Kevin
back.
Hart and all the other like black comedians and whatnot.
find
Maybe
a
she'll still
way.
find a way, but
Put her
Tyler
on.
Perry
You know
will
what? This
probably
is
hire
a
her.
little
exactly.
tougher. When you
But
think
it has
about
to do
Kevin
with
Hart,
kids, though.
Kevin Hart don't even smoke. He don't do any
Yeah.
of that stuff because of the brand. Like
Yeah,
he just talked about it on Drink Champs. He's like,
Did he have a drink
I
on
don't
Drink Champs? I'm
do.
curious.
Yeah, he drank.
He's-
in
he
Drink Champs. He
drinks.
drinks. He has his own tequila that he was promoting on there, so he had to drink. And everybody knows he drinks. I think at this point, especially after the
That
cheating
accident,
scandal
but the
and,
accident too.
and the accident. Well, you think he'd stop drinking after that? But yeah, something like this, if it's a stain on her name permanently, I don't know if Kevin can help
Yeah.
her. This is not
If it,
drugs.
if
This
it
is
didn't have to
not-
do with kids,
yeah,
he would.
he's a family
Yeah.
brand. He's a family brand. Like no, it's gonna be very tough. And that's the other thing about cancel culture is like it's radioactive, man.
Yeah.
If you get it, it's contagious. Like whoever you touch is gonna get it next.
Yeah.
And the longer you wait, the weaker it gets. But still, that
That's what I mean.
stink
I feel
is
like
there.
Maybe she'll get a lifeline, but it's not gonna be
It's
fun.
curtains for her, man. That's curtains for her.
And it's curtains for
unless
us.
Charlie Sheen is just like come with me.
Tiger blood.
Join us.
Join
You know
us.
what it would take like a scary movie or something like that with a bunch of like washed up people like a Charlie
It would
Sheen
take-
show up. Yeah.
That or a really, really tough dramatic role.
Or that.
Where she's not playing funny. She's playing like
No one can save her. She's a comedian.
do a really good
Just
stand-up.
do a
set.
really good special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really the only thing that can. Whenever you're canceled, give them the hits. That's what, and people, like, let's be real. When people are in their most toxic state, that's when we get the best shit. when we can't hear it and talk about it publicly is when we get Trey Songz give us the best album he made in like 10 years. Fucking Tory Lanez gave us an R&B album that nobody could talk about. Like niggas just keep dropping amazing shit at their most toxic moments. So maybe this is hers. And humor, there's no easier way to win people back than humor. Cannot. You can't. You feel guilty.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Hopefully this is not curtains for Tiffany. I don't want I've never want
Yeah, her whole
people's
career,
Yeah.
life to end or
And
career just because I don't
has
fuck with
worked
them.
really, really hard to
Yeah.
get to where she is, you know? Her story. Like,
And
she took
she
care of
didn't
her
play that-
brother and shit.
She didn't play that much of a role in it. Like she's dropping the kid off and she's not doing any of the nasty stuff. You know what I mean? Aries is the nasty nigga. Like nigga was playing Bill Cosby while playing R. Kelly while touching a child, like baby
That was the
oiling a
skit?
child, bro.
But that's how recent this
he's
is.
playing as Bill Cosby. Okay,
Yeah.
the kid's in his underwear. The majority of the video. There's a different parts where they set up the scene the exact same way. He's holding a newspaper. One newspaper drops. There's two eyes cut out in the other newspaper underneath. And he's just staring at this kid, and they zoom in on this kid's ass in the underwear, bro. Then they have another scene where the man's playing with the kid in a bathtub, in a bubble bath. And he pretends to trip and falls into the bath with the kid. Then there's another scene where he's baby oiling the kid and getting the kid to jerk off a gun. I was like, all right, man, like, this is fucking
How
insane.
long
Like,
ago was this?
2014. Not that long.
That's wild.
Not that. I don't know what year that would be acceptable in, but
still- It's
2014
really shocking
is
that it's
just like
2014. Like that is wild.
the thing about it is it was submitted. They submitted it on Funny or Die, and Funny or Die at the time, you're talking about hundreds of
Funny or
videos a day being user submitted onto that site, and Will Ferrell and the rest of them that were involved with the company, they didn't know that the thing was on there until someone brought it to their attention. It was like, yo, look at this. And they took it off the site immediately. The only way it got found is people use that Wayback Machine on, the Wayback site on the internet. So there's a site called Wayback where you can literally go to any date on the internet and it'll show you it exactly as is, when it happened, what happened on that day. So there's no escaping anything, people. When I tell you the internet, I've been saying this for years. The internet is permanent ink. Like that shit, and even when you delete it, it's there. There's an index of everything that's ever happened on these computers, bro. So people think that shit is sweet. Like this person literally just found the date and typed it in, and boom, there's the video. You just watch it like it was that day. It has the views from that day and
I thought it was
everything.
just my Facebook memories.
Bro, go on Wayback and you'll have a time. You can go and look at old YouTube layout, old Facebook layout. Like, it's mind blowing. So, yeah, man, don't get caught up in these streets, man.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up in these streets. But yo, tell them where they can find you.
So our podcast is NWTH Podcast on Instagram. If you just go to nowwiththehype.com, that's where you can find the videos, wherever you listen to your podcast, it's all there. I'm Shop Like Shaq on Instagram. And
Patrick Dennis Jr. on Instagram, Twitter, everything, man.
Dope. Thank you guys for coming through, man.
Yes,
really
thank you
appreciate
so
you
much.
guys for having us. Like I said, I really fuck with what you guys are doing. I fuck with anybody who's creating their own platform and doing it consistently. And I just look up to that stuff. Motivation for myself and for Patrick as well to keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, thank you guys, man. I really
Yeah.
appreciate you guys
Thanks
coming
for the
through.
prezzies.
Yes.
Sure.
Appreciate it, man.
Niggas
first
came in and
time.
said, y'all stink. We got some shade. We got some shade products for y'all.
Shade
It's all here.
Hey,
stuff,
Shay,
isn't
cut
it?
the check,
Hair
man.
stuff, yeah.
Y'all cut the check, brother. But yeah,
Show
thank
some
you
love
guys.
this way.
Thank you guys for coming through. Really appreciate it. Another day,
You are now
another
tuned
classic.
in to the greatest
I'm Marlon,
I'm Norm.
I'm
podcast in the
Alicia.
world.
and that was the Extra Gravy.
You're welcome in advance.
Bam, 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 bam.
We're here for the jokes. We don't do things lazy.